Alright, ladies and gents, as ever, my name is Shane, that's Shane's Games, and tonight we're going to be playing again. I just feel like I have to do that. Anyway, this won't be our first time playing it, as you might have guessed from that part that I just did. So, if you want to see how we got to where we are tonight, or see any of the games I've played in the past, be them obscure, unusual, or nostalgic, feel free to check out my YouTube channel, but for tonight, we'll go ahead and get into the game. As I was told I also have to do last time on again. Or was it before and again? Either way. So here's the premise of the game, basically. We are playing a couple of FBI special agents who are investigating a serial killing that appears to be either a copycat or a return of a serial killer from over a decade ago, who is actually one of our agents. That guy right there, Jonathan, he was the only survivor of the serial killer's rampage back in the day when he was just a small child. Also, as we've been investigating, he's developed the ability to see into the past, but only sometimes. So we are attempting to use that to solve the old serial killings to try and figure out what's going to happen in the copycat murders. So right now we are on the third of the copycat murders, and a strange pattern has emerged. Because as far as the old serial killings go, the first victim appears to have been killed by the second victim, and the second victim appears to have been killed by the third victim. None of that makes any sense, so we're trying to figure out what the heck is going on here. And we'll see, I guess. Yikes! That's exactly where I'm at right now. It's like, why? How does that work? What sense does any of that make? I don't know. We're trying to figure out why people are being killed. Again. Happy belated birthday also as well, Chris. I hope you're doing good. Hope you had a great birthday. 4M, good to see you. Hope everything's going well with you. Also, I'd completely forgotten about this. I love that the game does this still. They have recaps whenever you load a save. Another homicide identical to one 19 years ago was just committed. With the recent killing still fresh in my mind, we went to the Grand Park Garage where Charles Smith was killed 19 years back to see what we could find to solve that case. I used my power to see the past and found out that Charles was murdered by Isabella Campbell, who was actually victim number 3 in this mess. We found out the president of Johnson & Company was a PD detective 19 years ago. We learned that a man named Roger was being used as an informant by Burnett Johnson. We went to ask Burnett Johnson a few questions, but he sent us out, claiming he was too busy. God, I love that. It's so cheesy, but it's so good. As a Pokegirl Sinnoh, Parascientific Escape is on 3DS. You solve puzzles and mysteries using psychic powers. First game you play is a girl trying to escape a sinking cruise ship. That sounds like 100% my jam. I gotta check that out. If somebody could either throw that in stream chat and Discord or DM me that name, I gotta check that out. Because that sounds like a thing I would like to look into. Dinner report. Ooh, I had my old family recipe for spaghetti and meatball sauce yesterday, and it was delicious. It is a very nice comfort dish. I really enjoyed that one. Comes together very quickly, but it's very satisfying. Oh, it's just my favorite spaghetti. My favorite spaghetti I've ever had. All right. So let's see. Dropped a trailer in stream chat. Thank you, Pokegirl Sinnoh. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna look into that. Because as you might notice, I've kind of grown fond of weird 3DS games. So I'm gonna have to look into that. Ooh, that sounds nice, Chris. Hope you enjoyed that one. 3 games in that one, interesting. And you have all 3, nice. I'm trying to think, I'm like, sinking cruise ship, that makes me think, I don't think that was entirely the premise of 999. But that sounds a lot like 999. That's one I would like to play on stream, but I'm not 100% sure how. I've talked about that before. Alright, so we were just chatting with her, but it looks like we've already done everything we can here, so let's head out. We better get going now, Maureen. Okay, don't be a stranger. Alright, so we got a couple folks we could talk to here. Question is, where do we want to go next? Well, as they were just saying, that Johnson and Company continues to be suspicious. Let's see if we can actually get in to talk to him this time. Yeah, that's the problem I've been struggling with, perchance, is like the fact that you can't like jump into any point for the subsequent playthroughs on the original 999 does make it a bit of a chore, but without spoiling anything, I have to be very vague here. Without spoiling anything, although the PC version is much nicer to play, higher resolution, very pretty, there's a part of it that doesn't work as well on the PC version. That's a lot cooler on the DS version, and that's the reason I haven't streamed it yet, is because I don't know how to handle that. I don't know how to handle the fact that, like, the ending is so much better on the DS version. It's a struggle. I don't know what to do with that. All right, Mr. Johnson's not in right now. All right. Okay, we'll come back another time. All right, so nothing we can do there. What else have we got available today? Not a ton. Let's stop back by the Minerva Theater. Yeah, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. It's tough. You want to talk to Mr. Foley? I do, as a matter of fact. What can I do for you? We'd like to talk. Apparently we would not like to talk. We don't have anything to talk about. Sure. Alright, well, we'll see if the informant guy in the park has anything to say, maybe? That might be a thing. I'm not sure where we want to go right now. Oops. There we go. Yeah, now if only we could find him. Doesn't seem like it'd be that big of a park. No. I've said all I have to say. Sorry to hear that. Alright, so he's not going to tell us anything more. Stop by any time, he says, after saying he has nothing else to say to me. I know, dumb Foley. Like, you'd think he'd be a sound guy, but no, he's like a Hollywood agent. Roger's casting is so good. I love that guy. We can stop by the university, see if the professor has anything to say about what he found. Yeah, go away. Come back anytime. I'm reminded of one of my favorite lines from a movie I enjoy very much, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. If anybody hasn't seen that, go watch it. It's amazing. Go home. Sleep badly. If you need anything, hesitate to call. God, I love that line. Underappreciated movie, I feel. A lot of people haven't even heard of it, which is sad. Yeah, you'd think Dub Foley would be like that guy from Police Academy that does sound effects. Yes, EP, I love that movie. The good thing about a lot of people not having heard of it is I get to introduce them, which is amazing. Hey, Geek Boy, welcome in. How are you doing today, Geek Boy? Hello, Jay. I had a feeling you'd be stopping by soon. This case gets bigger every day. I'm wondering if you could give us your take on it. This is how I see it. The killer is having fun. Toying with law enforcement to rile them up. I'm telling you, Jay, this killer is a thrill seeker and has nothing to do with the past murders. But they're identical to what happened back then. That's exactly why I doubt a connection. They're too close. If it was a reemergence of Providence, he wouldn't have to copy the past killings in such a meticulous fashion. Providence was certainly a perfectionist. But if he was the perpetrator in this latest spree of murders, he wouldn't try to retrace what he's already done. A criminal of his caliber would want to create a new legend. I've shared my opinion on this with the Clockford police. Really? Now, how are you doing? Is your reinvestigation of those 19-year-old killings going anywhere? We have uncovered some new facts. Interesting. Let's hear what you've got. Oh, it's very possible that the victim of the second murder was the killer in the first murder. Intriguing. Is this something you've deduced from the evidence, or did you get it from a crystal ball? I'd like to know the basis of your opinion. I can't get into that right now, but we have some proof that matches up very well. Professor Gordon, do you think that Providence could actually be multiple killers? Not a chance. But sir, that was true. It would pour some very cold water in my profiling work. He says very smugly, it couldn't be multiple killers. I mean, if it was multiple killers, then my entire career would be a sham. Dude, I love the transition screen with the silhouette walking. The aesthetic of this game is so cool, and it feels very 90s. Like, they could make this into an X-Files game with very few changes, which is amazing. The movie came out in like 2005, that sounds about right. With Val Kilmer and Robert Downey Jr. The ego on this guy. Tell me something, Jay. Has my profiling ever been wrong since you've known me? Well, I mean, not as far as I know. We certainly put a lot of people in jail, but like, you know, you can't ever 100% prove that thing. I assume you're correct. Oh God, now I have questions. That's correct. I don't mean to be arrogant, Kate, but he's right. Okay. But we're not about to dismiss the possibility. Got a surprisingly stubborn partner here, Jay. God, he's a smug bastard. Kinda want to slap him. Let's see. Sadly, the studio behind this closed before they made a sequel. I want more. Oh, this one? Yeah, unfortunately. Like, they put out this game, and then shortly afterwards, they put out the sequel to Hotel Dusk, which was made by a separate team, and then basically the studio closed immediately, which is so sad. We're basically gonna try and play everything the studio made, because I'm kind of in love with their stuff. It can't be multiple killers, because that would mean I'm wrong, and that can't be. How could I be wrong? Have you ever seen me be wrong? No. Wrong. I don't even know her. That's basically this guy in a nutshell here. That's why I keep her around. Touché. We'd appreciate it if you could tell us a little bit about this case. What would you like to know? See what we got for him. Do you know anything about Isabella Campbell, the third victim from 19 years ago? After Joanna was killed, I took a look at Isabella's file from back then. But I didn't find anything significant that you're not already aware of. On a side note, a friend from my college years was a huge fan of Isabella's. He forced me to go see one of her plays. Certainly was, you beautiful actress. I think that's code for I hated the play. Trying to dance around it. Oh God, the music in this game is really good. Like that title screen music, very solid, very solid. Yeah, we're asking about Isabella's favorite brand of champagne because we need to know that to solve a puzzle. Couldn't tell you, Jay. Profiling doesn't hold all the answers. Ah, dang it. How about checking into what was popular back then? I bet someone who was close to her might have an idea. I mean, we asked her agent. He had no idea, I don't think. Oh, God. All right. I mean, the only other guy I can think of that was close to her is Burnett Johnson, and we haven't been able to get a hold of him, unfortunately. Caught myself more than once stomping my heel along to the beat. You'll probably catch me nodding along to it a couple times if you watch closely. Ooh. Yep. We analyzed the sofa fibers again and got an accurate readout on the champagne. Great, let's hear it. The DNA is of typical wine grapes grown in the Champagne region of northeast France. How do they know that much about wine DNA? Its high potassium content most likely means the date of 1976. And the DNA analysis matches up nicely with Boulay series champagne. There's a lot in the series: Boulay Noble, Boulay Blanche, Boulay Rose. But Isabella was definitely drinking Boulay Noble before she was killed. You are awesome, Maureen. Like, supernaturally awesome. How in the hell did you figure all that out? Kate, we've got the brand. Boulay Noble. I knew Maureen could pull it off. Now we're a step closer to the truth. Alright, so I guess the logical next thing to do is head back to Isabella's house and see if she actually has a bottle of that sitting around. So what we're trying to do here is, one of the ways that our character's power activates is we have to make the present match the past. Which is getting increasingly difficult as things go on, because right now, what we're trying to match is there was a spilled wine on Isabella's couch. So we're trying to make a matching wine stain with the exact same kind of wine. Which, why is his power that specific? I don't know, but we'll see what we can do here. We called our champagne experts to check. How big is this town? Nutrigain cereal, nice way to start the day right there. Time to spill the bubbly. Think you can find out what happened now that we know the brand of champagne? I'm pretty confident we'll score a big piece of the puzzle this time. Wait here. Alright, there was something else we needed for this part. I don't remember what. It's wine time. Alright. So for anybody that hasn't seen it before, the way this works is on the right screen, that's our character's right eye seeing the present, and on the left screen, that's our character's left eye seeing the past. And we gotta make them match up. How did Isabella come into contact with the criminal? I want to see with my own eyes what happened here. Alright, so first order of business is going to be to see if we can find that wine. There is just a whole shitload of wines around here. The arrangement of the bottles is puzzling. Let's try rearranging the champagne. Now, this is something I wanted to do before, but the game wouldn't let me. Let's see if we can put the bottles the way they appear in the past. And let's see if that reveals anything new. That goes up there. There we go. For some reason the game wouldn't let us do that before. Now the bottles are arranged like they were in the past. Wonder why there's a space. What kind did Isabella put in here? Alright, so we got another fragment of the past right there. Oh god! Alright, so the killer gave something to Isabella. It looked like a photo? And that distracted her when he went in for the kill. Interesting. Saw it. I saw a vision of a visitor attacking her. What was Isabella watching so intently? Isabella completely let her guard down. Alright. We've got two things we still need to do. I remember the couch. I don't remember what the other thing was. See if we can find that. Oh, that was the, right, that's the, she's got a wall safe. We gotta figure out the combination of the wall safe. That we'll save for later because we definitely don't have what we need for that right now. Hey, Chugaboom, welcome in. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing good. Look at this photograph. For evil? Big bottle. Yeah, is it a big bottle of the thing we're looking for? White wine. Thanks for narrowing it down, buddy. Oh, God. We're gonna have to look at every bottle. The seal has been opened. Oh, God, we're gonna have to look at every bottle. Liquor with an unusual brown bottle. Why do you like this game? This liquor. Boulay Rose. 1974. Is this it? This is not it. That's not it. Alright. Wonder what country this wine comes from. Just idly wondering things about wine now as we go. I'm doing good, Chugaboom. Entirely too hot. I'm doing good. There we go, Boulay Noble. That's the one we need. I think that's the right year. I believe so. Let's head over to the couch. And you can kind of see in the past there's a stain on the couch. And apparently we need to replicate that with the Boulay Noble. Let's ruin this couch. Alcohol was detected in the sofa. Was it the champagne that Isabella was drinking that was spilled? Apparently. Alright, so Isabella gets attacked from behind with the rope while she's looking at the photo or whatever it was. And the killer drops the Eye of Providence next to the body. And picks up the picture again. Interesting. So either the picture meant something to the killer as well, or it wasn't something they wanted found at the scene. Alright, take care of yourself, follows. Thanks for hanging around with us. We'll see you around. Stay cool. Stay cool. It's hard being a hot stud, isn't it? It's a rough life, Chugaboom. It is. I see the murder happening. The criminal attacked Isabella from behind. The criminal picked up the photo Isabella had been looking at and took it away? Truth is becoming clear piece by piece. Now, if I could just open the safe. If I go outside and continue asking around, I'm sure I'll get it. Which is the game very explicitly telling me don't try to open the safe now. You don't have what you need. Something tells me we're close to the truth. How are we going to find the key to that safe? What'd you find, Jay? We need a key and a password to open a safe. I saw Isabella talking to the killer. They seem to be very close. Then she knew her killer. Right. Which is unlike the past two murders. I think we ought to pay a visit to Burnett Johnson. Think he's the killer? Killer or not, he has to know something important. Are you alright, Jay? You look awful. I'm fine. But I need you to make an appointment for us to see Burnett Johnson tomorrow. You got it. We know that his power takes a lot out of him when he uses it. Alright, we can make a save here. Excellent, let's do that. Alright, Punisher, welcome in. How are you doing today, Punisher? Hope you're doing good. March 11th, day 6. Morning, Kate. Good timing, Jay. I just tried to get an appointment with Burnett Johnson. Apparently he doesn't have any plans this morning, so he's willing to meet us. That's a shock. I know. Yes, constantly bothering them with phone calls paid off after all. Think by granting us that appointment, Burnett Johnson has some sort of interest in our investigation? Probably so. I don't know what he has in mind, but this is our perfect chance to ask about the case from 19 years ago. We might be able to squeeze some good info on Isabella out of him. Right. He could know something about that hidden safe we found at Isabella's place. Exactly. What time's the appointment? 10 o'clock. We've still got some time. I think we better give Henry an update before we leave. Did he come back to work? Yeah, apparently. Morning, boss. Oh, hey, you two. So, is the investigation going as... You okay, boss? You look pretty pale. Maybe you ought to go back home. It's nothing, just a little morning congestion. But... Said it's nothing. Just a minor throat thing. A little work ought to fix me right up. Yeah, that's what you should do when you're feeling sick. Work through it. This message brought to you by capitalism. Oh God, I love that that's a global emote for the stream. That's perfect. Okay, you're the boss. Don't overdo it. You're not as young as you used to be. Ouch, Kate. Jesus, the man's already sick. Don't go for the jugular. Trying to finish him off there. Don't push yourself, boss. You're elderly now. Yeah, wear a mask, Henry. Jesus. I'm sure it's nothing and will never come up again. Honestly, I'm not sure it will come up again. For in the last stream, I was wondering if like him being sick was just an excuse to keep him off of our list of people to talk to for a while. It's hard to tell with games like this sometimes. Deader Nebula. Don't treat me like a damn geriatric, Kate. I've still got a lot of good years in me. That's a very old man thing to say. I'm sorry. All right. Anyway, enough about me. Give me a rundown on the investigation. We're reinvestigating the Isabella Campbell murder. I miss Deader Nebula too. He's a weirdo. One of my favorite weirdos in that game. Hey, Trey Dog. Thank you for 82 months, Trey Dog. How are you doing today? How's your week been since I've seen you last? Hope everything's going good with you. We're about to meet with the original detective on that case for questioning. You're gonna see Phil Robbins today? Actually, no. A guy named Burnett Johnson was in charge of that case. Burnett Johnson? Uh-huh. He worked for the police 19 years ago. Now he's president of Johnson Company. We've learned that he was very close with Isabella back then. Hope it's not morning sickness. It is morning and he is sick. Ooh, there's a plot twist right there. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Trey Dog. Hopefully you got a little time to rest up today. I'll be damned. Sure you know this, Jay, but Burnett Johnson's a highly respected businessman in this city. Rub him the wrong way and this investigation could go south real quick. I want you to be extra careful on this one, got it? Yes, sir. We better get going soon. Alright, now get out there and figure out who's behind this Providence thing. Alright. So we gotta be careful. I'm sure that will not happen in the slightest. But we're told to be careful if nothing else. I like least the Deader Nebula has become a meme around here. Gives me an excuse to do the Deader Nebula voice as often as possible. 10 o'clock, Jay. Time for the big appointment. Good. Let's go see what Johnson has to say. Come on in. Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule for us. Now, let's get right to this case. Case? I think there's been a little communication problem. I agreed to meet with you people, but there won't be any discussion about the case. But let me make this clear. I decided to meet with you today to put an end to this circus. I'm not sure what you mean. This so-called reinvestigation of the past. I don't want you sticking your noses in my business. I'm through with it. Excuse me? Look, it's true I was on the force once, and I was assigned to my share of cases. But I'm a different man now. Very busy man, as you can see. People like you with their incessant phone calls and questions about the past are really pushing my limits. Let me put it this way. By annoying the hell out of me, Johnson & Company is losing important business. I know it's hard for FBI grunts like you to comprehend, but what can I do? Your meddling is costing me business. And if you keep it up, your boss will be out of a job at the snap of my fingers. So I suggest you take our little talk to heart on your way out the door. We're not going anywhere. Excuse me? You heard me. Your success as a businessman in this town is irrelevant. Let me put it this way. You're connected to two crimes here. Providence murder from years back and the most recent killing. Just what are you getting at here? How am I connected to those two crimes? You had a relationship with both actresses who were murdered. What the hell are you talking about? That's a completely baseless accusation. Get out of my office. It's such a great picture right there. What are you getting so excited about, Mr. Johnson? I'm not excited. What we're saying is based on the facts. We turned up some very reliable information on this investigation, and we're here to question you about it. Mr. Johnson, I'm assuming someone of your stature can listen to what we have to say in a calm, rational manner. That's why we came in the first place. She's the good cop to our bad cop. Smart, smart. Isn't that right, Jay? Something like that. Fine. I'll answer your questions, but you don't have much time. This guy needs a snack and a nap. Have a Snickers. You're not yourself when you're hungry. And don't ask me anything about the Joanna Lamoria murder. That's the most recent one that just happened in the present. I've already told the police everything I know about that. That's fine. We'll talk about what happened 19 years ago. Alright, here we go. What kind of relationship did you have with Isabella? I was a fan. No more, no less. That's all he's gonna give us? God damn it. What do you think about the apparent reemergence of the Providence murders? Come on, you really think it's Providence? Somebody could be conjuring up some past crime to some kind of sick joke. Either way, the police aren't capable of solving it. Thanks. Are you aware of a hidden safe located in Isabella's mansion? Dude, was a rich woman, so I wouldn't be surprised if she had one. I've never seen it myself. Most of the time, I only met her backstage. The only time I ever had a good look at that mansion was when they put me on the case. But I didn't see any safe back then. Shit, that's it? We got absolutely nothing there. Let's see if there's any people we can ask about here. See, can we ask about... Those are all photos. I was gonna say if we could ask about Dub Foley, but looks like we don't have a picture of him. We got nothing to show. Don't really have anything to show there. Damn it. I mean, I guess I'll show him the photo of Isabella, see if it stirs anything up. It's a photo of Isabella. Alright, yeah, it didn't work. Surprising how many issues can be solved by a snack and a nap. It's true. It's true. It's basically the basic life triage for bad times. I mean, he claims the safe was never found back then, but I don't know if I trust this guy, since he's strangely connected to 2 murders. And also has been doing very little but yelling and obstructing. So I don't know, I'm gonna reserve judgment for right now. Yeah, we don't have anything else to show him there, I don't think. God damn it. I'm a busy man. Get out of my office now. We'll be back if something comes up. Damn it, we got nothing out of that. See if we can ask Dub Foley about the safe now. Although Dub said he didn't really know much about her personal life, so I don't think he's gonna know. Oh, damn it. Really hoping to get something more out of that. I can't believe we got that emote today, that's amazing. I'm hoping you can remember something for me. While I was looking through Isabella's mansion, I came across a hidden safe. What? Oh my god, that face! He's so surprised, but not so surprised that he'd uncross his arms. That's way too much effort. What? I'm just imagining right now the director's like, all right, now look surprised. No, more than that. More than that. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. More surprised. More surprised. It's shocking. It's shocking. It's crazy. It's, oh my God. It's the craziest thing you ever, there, right there. We'll take that. We'll go with that one. But is it safe? It is unsafe. It is an unsafe safe. And you found it too, did you? Yes. You figured out the mechanism on the wall? Yeah. Honestly, the first time I heard about the safe was quite a long time after Isabella was killed. Since I'm in charge of the mansion, I had a maintenance man do some repairs, which is how I discovered it. I haven't the slightest idea why Isabella would install a safe or what's inside. I never found the key to it either, so it remains a mystery. I imagine the safe could be connected to the murder somehow. Please, look into what the safe means. So unfortunately, he doesn't have any information on how to get in there. Look as surprised as if you just learned you're a dad. You're a dad of twins. You're a dad of triplets. Keep going. Cartoonishly surprised. I want to see some Tex Avery shit. Bug those eyes out of your skull. Tell us what you know about Burnett Johnson. I don't know much about him today, but I'd seen him quite often when Isabella was alive. He'd meet with her backstage quite frequently. Isabella described him as something like a bodyguard, but my impression was a man obsessed with keeping other fans away from her. I recall he got in some trouble with one of Isabella's old fans back then, which is why I was shocked when he, of all people, was put in charge of investigating her murder. Based solely on what I know about his infatuation with Isabella, I'd say it's likely those two had a deeper relationship than I'd originally thought. When I saw Mr. Johnson while he was in charge of the case, he treated me like a stranger. I remember being very suspicious at that time, as if he had something to hide. Alright, yeah, I'm more suspicious too, honestly. Alright. See where we want to go after this. Let's see. See if Phil Robbins has anything else to say. He was the guy that was investigating the first murders. We got taken off for this one in favor of Burnett Johnson. Maybe he got strong-armed off of it? Possibly? Let's see. Or there was another homicide. Police must be pretty shook up about this one. How's their investigation been doing anyway? It's a gradual process, but we're finding out more and more each day. Oh, that's a good thing. Now, what do you want from me today? Found a hidden safe at the Isabella mansion. Is that right? Why does he look angry about that? A hidden safe? Oh, I hate safes so much. Safe killed my parents. There was a mechanism in the wall, and once I figured it out, the safe appeared. Do you happen to know anything about it? I never knew there was anything like that at Isabella's place. Bernie Johnson was in charge of that case. I remember he searched the place inside out, but I never heard any hidden safe being found. Are you sure he never found it? I really don't think so. But you'll have to ask him about it. I guess you're right. But just between you and me, an awful lot about Bernie I've always wondered about. What? I don't know. His underground connections, how crazy he got when he fell for a woman. Anyway, I don't mean to bore you with the old man's chatter. Want to know more about Isabella's mansion? Bernie's the one to ask. Tell us what you know about Burnett Johnson. All I can tell you is his time with the Clockford PD. On the surface, he was a great detective, with the best arrest record on the force. One thought he'd be the one to catch Providence. But he was very secretive about his personal life, wasn't on great terms with others in the department. There are a lot of rumors floating around about his shady informants and underground deals. As you know, he got filthy rich in the business world after he quit the force. Funny thing is, nobody really knows how he shot to the top like that. This guy, I think those rumors might have had some truth to him. Alright, it's nothing concrete, but some stuff to think about there. Oh, please do go on. He's a nice guy. He had some random weird cranky moments originally that made me wonder if he was supposed to be angry originally, but yeah, overall he's been very kind to us. It wasn't safe at all. Probably means he's the killer. I mean, certainly not in the modern day, I wouldn't think. See if we can coax the informant to say anything else. Despite the fact he completely shut us down last time. I see you drop by. What do you need? I want to ask you something. Go right ahead. Isabella Campbell was Providence's third victim 19 years ago. Do you know anything about a safe hidden in her mansion? Hidden safe? That's the first I've heard of it. Even Detective Johnson never mentioned a safe. Ah, crap. Gotta get out of here. Roger, wait. Leave me alone. I got an India, Roger. Would you just get away from me? I ain't got nothing more to say. Roger, you were so helpful before. That was before. Unlike Detective Johnson, you two have been treating me like a human being. I find myself letting my guard down. It's just us, Roger, okay? You got nothing to worry about. No. I was laying there thinking about it all last night, and I don't think I can trust you. The FBI and the cops are too much alike. You two are just gonna treat me like dirt, just like Detective Johnson did. That's not true, Roger. We want to be... Get out of my park! I decide who can and cannot be trusted. Very grandiose statement. Roger. Oh. Gonna get anything else out of him today? I can't even see him anymore. He's completely hidden from view. Do you see where he went, Chet? I just disappeared. You've exhausted all my dialogue options, lady. I have nothing more to say. Alright, well, let's make another save here. And I guess we'll move on. Leave me alone. Guess I was wrong about you. Let's go, Kate. Roger's the kind of guy who lives his life in fear. And eventually he stops trusting other people. There's no use even trying now. Wow! We'll come back later, he says. Sure hope you change your mind. Alright, well, I guess we'll talk to the cops. Bernard Johnson did say he already talked to them about the modern murder. See if they've got any information we can use here. What do you want? Any new developments? Take a look at my face and tell me what you think. Lane's a bit of an asshole for anyone just joining us. Nothing, huh? That's right. It's really starting to get on my nerves. What about you guys? I've uncovered some new facts about what happened 19 years ago. I mean, I like Lane's theme. This music's awesome. Yeah, the music is so good in this game. Like, I don't go into a DS game expecting it to have awesome music, but this is fantastic. Unfortunately, we're not exactly sure what they mean or how they're connected to Providence yet. Oh yeah? Gotta keep chipping away till something makes sense, I guess. That goes for the both of us. Right, I don't want to see any more dead people. Let's get Providence ID'd and bring him in. Like, luckily he's starting to warm to us mostly because he needs our information, and we need his, but, you know, it's slowly we're getting somewhere. Found a hidden safe in Isabella's mansion. Know anything about that? Hidden safe? I looked over the file on that case, but there wasn't no hidden safe in there. Bet that safe is a major piece of the puzzle. I better run a real thorough check on that safe. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm here. What do you think I'm doing? Did you think I was asking what I'm supposed to do with the safe? The safes normally have doors on them? Can they like be open? Are there stuff inside safes? What is a safe? You know what safes are? Have you seen one? I know lots about safes. I just, I want to see if you know about safes too, Normal safe guy right here. Tell us what you know about Burnett Johnson. I know that Joanna Lamoria was meeting with him before she was murdered. But I decided to pay Mr. Johnson a visit. We sat down and he gave me his side of the story. Apparently, Joanna went to Mr. Johnson's office to talk over an endorsement deal. He's got a solid alibi for the time Joanna was murdered. Mr. Johnson was out of the city on business at that time, attending a party with a whole slew of witnesses. I wanted to dig a little deeper, but the guy's an ex-detective and well-respected man in the community. I wasn't able to find out how deep the relationship really went. Alright, that's something though. I suppose it's a good thing to know that he has a alibi at least. Just regular old safe guy, that's what I am. Normal amount of safes in my life. Usually, however much normal people has, that's how much I've got. Alright, forensics will pop in there, I guess. See if she's got anything new. No, it's been a bumpy ride. We still don't have forensic results on the Joanna Lamoria crime scene. A long road ahead of us. Sure seems like it. How's your investigation going? Yeah, pretty well. Thanks for your help. Oh yeah, did that brand of champagne I came up with come in handy? Absolutely. That let us solve a piece of the puzzle. Glad to hear it. Everyone here wants those Providence murders solved, it being a police station and all that. I'm sure it's the same with the FBI, being the FBI and all that. I'll do anything I can help with the forensics. I'll do anything I can with the forensics on this case to help. Thank you for linking that, Chris. I appreciate it. I understand it'll keep my things safe, but will it keep them safe again? Title drop. You're the greatest, Maureen. I found something interesting at Isabella Campbell's mansion. And what would that be? A hidden safe. Whoa! Everyone has very strange reactions to this safe. I would be like, oh, that's interesting. Everyone here is like, what? Oh my god. There was a mechanism set up on the wall, and when I figured it out, a safe showed up. Mechanism on the wall? I never imagined anything like that was at the scene. Nice work, Jay. Took a little brain power to figure it out. Luckily, I am very smart and also handsome. Nothing about a hidden safe in the case file. I bet that safe is a major clue to solving this thing. You need to look into that. I'm trying to. What do you think I'm doing here? Tell us what you know about Burnett Johnson. Former detective, president of Johnson & Company. Some people even called him the mayor of Clockford. He's the most successful guy to come out of the police department. He's still got a lot of pull here. These are just rumors I've heard around the office, though. I've never actually met the man. I did see him interviewed on TV once. He seems pretty full of himself. Personally, I don't care how rich he is. Definitely not my type. Alright. We better get going now, Maureen. Okay, don't be a stranger. Alright, stopping at the university today? I'm not sure where else to go. suppose we could go back and take another look at the safe too, but we need that key before we get it open. Yes, Professor Gordon's at a lecture right now. Alright, so we can't talk to him right now. Suppose the key could be, like, at the house somewhere? That's possible? I don't know. Yeah, I guess we don't, unless we want to revisit somewhere, I suppose we should just head back to Isabella's house, see if we can find anything new there. Nothing else to really do at the moment. We could call our newspaper guy. I think we're still waiting to hear back from him again. Can we talk to her at all? Gotta find something in my vision. Alright. Resident Evil door scene. I've arrived at Isabella's room. Alright. So we'll go straight for the safe and we'll take a look at it, see if we can get anything new. I mean, we weren't able to arrange the bottles the first time we were in here, so maybe now we've got a flag that'll let us do something new with it? How do I investigate the safe? I don't know. I was hoping you'd know. So it opens in response to the sound of the piano. It's not just a picture. No, it doesn't seem like there's anything I can do here. Shoot. Alright. I'm going to grab a hint real quick. Because we've kind of been everywhere today. Where do we need to go next is the question. Like, it's possible there is something here, maybe? Let's see. So we're on day 6. Let's see. We talked to Burnett. We talked to Dub Foley. Alright, there is one other thing we need to do. Apparently we might need to go back to the park. Although that worked out so great last time. We poke our heads back in there. Feeling safe? Never! Absolutely never. Especially not in video games. Something's missing. We need more info. Yeah, him basically telling me we don't have what we need to get what we get in the safe there. Alright, so let's try heading back to the park. Talking to the guy there again. Very weird that he tried to kick us out last time. He was so nice before. What if he gives us the cold shoulder again? Just have to keep trying until he warms up. What could go wrong? Things immediately went wrong. Roger was Burnett's informant, Kate. Dying to hear what he has to say. He's been real cagey with us before, unfortunately. Like, he obviously knows a bunch of stuff, but he's fighting us. Roger? What the hell are you doing here? I want to talk to you, Roger. I'll keep coming back for as long as it takes. Why me? You're very important, Roger. We want to arrest that monster who killed innocent people 19 years ago. And is still killing innocent people today. Well, Without your help, it's just not going to happen, Roger. We'll never catch him. Well, I'm an important witness to you. That's right. I completely understand why you feel uncomfortable talking about those days. You're all we got. Please, Roger, you gotta tell us what you know. You can be brave and open up to us. I guarantee you we'll catch that murderer. We'll make sure to make the most of whatever you can tell us. We know how valuable your information is to this case. Alright, that's enough. Now that I know how serious you are, and you ain't gonna treat me like gutter trash, just gonna condescend to me a little bit. Being an informant for you two might have made me into a better man. Then you'll talk to us? I'll talk. First, I want to make sure of something. Name it. Are you really a survivor of the Providence murders? What? Where did you hear that? Let's just say I'm very good at what I do. Wow, I believe it. That's nice to know. Now, what would you like to ask? How did he know that? Actually kind of mysterious right there. Hang on a sec. Sorry about that. All right. So now we can actually talk to him, and hopefully he's got some juicy stuff about Burnett, because he's the one that can basically really tell us about the guy. He wasn't just around him, he talked to him frequently. Tell us what you know about the old Burnett Johnson. Well, let me say this first. I witnessed the Charles Smith murder. Roger, are you serious? Wouldn't lie about this. Who was the killer? It was that actress, which we already knew. Isabella Campbell. She's the one who killed Smith. I heard a gunshot coming from the garage that night, and I was peeking in from the trees. This park is adjacent to the parking garage where the murder happened. Next thing I know, I saw a lady running out of there in a panic, dragging her feet on the pavement. It was Isabella. This is huge, but how did it get covered up? Because if he was Burnett's informant, surely Burnett would have known that, but Burnett was probably protecting Isabella. I told Detective Johnson about it. He made me shut up about it. It rings out like a bell. He nearly killed me. He said he'd do the same thing if I ever told. A while later, I found out why. Detective Johnson and Isabella, they were lovers. What? That's exactly how he said it right there, in case you're wondering. I swear on my life, Detective Johnson and Isabella were lovers. Can I not ask him anything about that? That seems like a thing I'd want to ask. No, I want to know more about that. That seems kind of super important. Okay, well, I guess that's all we got for right now, so I'm gonna make another save. Save it for this one. EP perfect emote for the occasion. Alright. Isabella, murdered 19 years ago, was physically involved with Burnett Johnson. And it also seems like it seems likely he was also involved with Joanna Lamoria, who was just killed yesterday. Johnson's hiding something big. No one would quit the police force and rise to the top that fast without hiding something big. What's with the silent treatment? We gotta hound him, Kate. Hound who? You know who I'm talking about. A man involved with 2 murder victims, one from the past and one from yesterday, which technically is also the past. Burnett Johnson. Yeah. Okay. If we're going after him, we need to think hard about what we've got so far. Alright. He means she has to give me another pop quiz. Let's focus on the murders Burnett Johnson has a significant connection to. Okay, start out with the Isabella Campbell murder. I'll give you a quick rundown. Isabella was the 3rd victim 19 years ago. On a night she was planning to meet with someone close to her, she was strangled to death in her own home. She was drinking champagne with her guest that night, but the bottle disappeared from the crime scene. The man in charge of that investigation was Burnett Johnson. Johnson and Isabella were lovers before the crime. And his informant, Roger, is the only one who knew of it. No one at the police department even has a clue. Roger actually witnessed the killer of Charles Smith running from the scene and says it was Isabella. If Isabella really killed Charles, then it's a case of the killer being killed in the next crime. Isabella was the next victim after all. Chain of killings. Do you think the chain stops at Isabella's murder? No, but even if it did, Burnett Johnson has to be a major link in that chain. He's the only one I've got my sights on now. That's true. Hey Jane, when Isabella was murdered that night, who do you think that important guest was who came to see her? I mean, it seems like there's a good chance it was Burnett Johnson. I mean, we could just say a male friend. That's true. Could be somebody we didn't know about. I'm going to say Burnett Johnson. Burnett Johnson. Could be. But he always went to Isabella's place, so they could have met any time. True. And the killer didn't look like Johnson in my vision. You couldn't see his face, what do you mean? And who could it be? A male friend? He was a man, someone she hadn't seen in a while. Right. Someone important enough to hunt down rare champagne for. A man she never told her manager about. Makes sense to me. In my vision, Isabella and her guests seem to be old friends. Must be someone we haven't touched on yet in this investigation. Okay, now I've got a decent idea of where you're going with this. Is there anything else that strikes you as odd? Her wine collection. What about it? The missing bottle has me pretty curious. Why? Isabella had to do a lot to get her favorite champagne for the guest that night. And he ended up taking the bottle with him. So you're wondering why he'd leave with the bottle. That is a little weird. We better look into that. Talk about the safe. One you found hidden in Isabella's mansion? No, the others. Of course that one! There's something bugging me about that safe. What is it? Why would she go through so much trouble to keep it hidden like that? I'm wondering the same thing. And what could be inside? Something Isabella didn't want anyone to know about. wonder if her guest that night knew about the safe. Possible. And it could very well be related to the killer's motive. Yeah, we don't have any motives for any of the killings so far, which is interesting. Let's go press Johnson to tell us the truth, once and for all. He'll admit to his relationship with Isabella? If it's the truth, it'll have to come out eventually. Pete, we're the only ones who can get him to come clean about what really happened 19 years ago. Yes, you're right. Let's go get him. Get him! Get him! Alright, Jay, let's go squeeze the truth out of Johnson. Like a tube of toothpaste. I'm ready. We don't give in until he tells us everything. Got it. Exactly like that, Rose. Not you two again. I've already spent more than enough time with you people. The dreaded interrogation hug. Tell us what you know! I'm busy now, okay? So get out of my office. No. Oh, wow, what a comeback. Devastating. We've uncovered a significant new fact that connects you to the Isabella Campbell murder. What? Something the department was never able to pick up. Well, aren't you smart? I'm all ears. Seems you are working as Isabella's bodyguard. Oh, that. I was doing that for a limited time at her request. I was doing my job as an officer of the peace by protecting a civilian. Is that so wrong? There's no point in watering this down, Mr. Johnson. Go straight for it. Nobody's doing any watering. What water? Do you see water? Is the water in the room with us right now? We already know you're hiding something in relation to this case. Keep the truth from us, Mr. Johnson. Oh, come on. Enough with all this dramatic crap. We are very smart, thank you. What's the big secret you think I've got, huh? You're connected to both cases, the one 19 years ago and the one from yesterday. Don't give me that. I was obviously in charge of the Isabella case 19 years ago, but I've got nothing to do with the Joanna case. That's not true. Yeah? How is that not true? I mean, both of these appear to be true. Joanna met with you before she was killed. We saw her come in here. I already talked to the police about this. She was going to be in one of our commercials. All she considered me was a sponsor. Besides, I have a solid alibi. I see. Since you have this solid alibi, everyone knows you had a healthy, strictly business relationship with Joanna. That's right. How about in Isabella's case 19 years ago? Yeah, don't squeeze the Johnson! Oh god! Huh? Seems you had more of a relationship with her than just a bodyguard. Oh, you were guarding her body, alright, if you know what I mean. Get to the point. What are you trying to say connects me to the Isabella case? I'm saying it was your penis. You were very intimate with Isabella before she died. So now you're resorting to guesswork. It's not a guess. This is ridiculous. And pretty damn unprofessional for a federal agent. If you think Isabella and me were lovers, show me some proof. Oh no. Oh, this is dangerous. I really don't want to get the guy in the park killed. We've got someone who saw you two getting a little closer than professional. What? One of your informants told us everything. Roger. Damn it! You gotta be kidding me. You're gonna take his word over mine? Yes. Mr. Johnson, Roger didn't stop at your relationship with Isabella. He shared a very important piece of information with us regarding a murder 19 years ago. And what would that be? That you tried to cover up a crime committed by Isabella. Feral agent? I mean, at the moment, you know, it kind of fits. Does Shane have informants? I mean, I've got a lot of websites I use often. The Emulation General Wiki, at all the time. And Universal Hint System. Great website right there. He better not hurt Roger, though. That would make me sad. That's crazy. He said that Isabella was there when Charles Smith was murdered. I don't know what you're talking about. That bum is taking you for a ride. No, Roger told us the truth. What the hell? On the day of the Charles Smith murder, Isabella had a knee injury. I assume you know why. No clue. You know exactly what happened, Johnson. Isabella hurt her knee when she fell down at the scene of the Charles Smith murder, which we saw in our vision in the last case. Gotta stay hydrated with that void juice! I'm not sure why we admitted it was Roger right there. I mean, I suppose, like... it would be hard to, like, there's very few people that know these facts. Like, he would have figured it out on its own, I suppose. How the hell would you know that? I told you already. We're running a very thorough investigation of the past to catch Providence. Impressive. I don't know your methods, but they must be good to dig up that much about 19 years ago. I've got a magic eye, that's how. Show me the past. There's no point in hiding anymore, Mr. Johnson. Tell us everything. It's not that simple. I'm guessing you already know that Isabella had a visitor on the night she was killed. But it wasn't me. You know who it was? Would you believe that she had someone else in her life? Someone other than me? Oh yeah, I would absolutely believe that. Checked into that, but we haven't come up with anyone. So far, you're the best match. Still don't know, huh? Well, I hate to spoil your day, but it wasn't me. I was your bodyguard for a little while, and nothing more. Do you know who went to see her that night? This music's getting real intense, and I'm here for it. Oh, easily. Frankly, it's the you part we're struggling with, buddy. Oh, you weren't able to satisfy the beautiful and famous actress? I'm stunned, let me tell you. You knew this guy who was so special to Isabella, didn't you? No. Isabella and I were lovers 19 years ago, alright? Wait, you just said you were just her bodyguard. Why are you... Fine. But there was someone in her past who she just couldn't let go of. I tried to get her to tell me who it was, but she never did. I was so jealous that I even bugged her phone, if you could believe that. Oh, I 100% could believe that, actually. All I could get out of that was the name Ewan. I don't think we've come across that name before. That's something new. Are you hiding something about the Providence murders? Absolutely not. That incident turned my life upside down. The woman I loved more than anything was taken away from me. I never caught the one who killed her. Even after I quit the force, I spent years trying to track down Providence. When I got too close to the terrible truth, I left it alone and never turned back. I vowed to stay away from Isabella's case, Providence, and the entire mess. What's this terrible truth you're talking about? Kept quiet about it 19 years ago. I don't really see the point in bringing it up now. Tell us. Maybe you don't see the point, but it could be, to us it could be vital information. Maybe so, but still. Mr. Johnson, please. I'll give you a hint. Baslock. Baslock? That's the source of everything Providence has done. I don't know if we've heard that word before, or name, or whatever the hell that is. Yeah, bugging the film's phone is legal. Thanks for admitting to a really creepy crime. Did you know about the safe hidden in Isabella's mansion? Of course I did. Police never found the mechanism keeping it hidden back then. So I kept quiet about it. What's in it then? I don't know. Most likely a secret between Isabella and her mystery man. Tell you the truth, I was too scared to find out. You wouldn't happen to have the key to that safe, would you? Got it right here. You want it? Nah, you can hang on to it. Of course I want it! Whatever's in that safe, it's gotta be something that'll help solve the case. You two really serious about tracking down Providence? Dead serious. You have no idea how bad we want to solve the Providence murders. Like, so bad. Like, oh. And I want Isabella's killer brought to justice more than anything. So, take this key. That's what it takes to get Providence behind bars, so be it. Mr. Johnson, I didn't kill Isabella. I only loved her. Loved that woman too much. With all my fame and fortune, I may be an entirely different person now. The feelings I had for Isabella, those will never go away. I'm sorry. I have a simple favor to ask you. Can you take this ring and put it back in that safe? What's this? It's a ring I gave to Isabella. When she was killed, I didn't want the police to find out about our relationship. I snuck into her mansion and took the ring. Now, I hope you can take it back and put it in that safe. Sure. But we still need the password. Password's easy. It's 1976, from the title of our first movie, 1976 Sky. 1976. Also the vintage of our favorite wine, which is why I was going to guess that if I had to. With that, we'll bring this discussion to a close. I don't have anything else for you. Thanks for cooperating this time. We really appreciate it. Come on, Kate. We gotta get over to Isabella's mansion. Right. Alright, that feels like a lot of progress. Holy crap. That's where Isabella kept her Beanie Babies. Those will be worth a fortune one day. A fortune! They can only go up in value. Actual thing my mother said to me. I don't know if I've ever mentioned it on stream, but my mom bought a whole bunch of Beanie Babies back in the day because she was convinced that they were going to be worth bajillions one day. I have checked. She didn't have anyone that it's worth anything. Literally worth less than she bought them for now. Wait here, okay? I'm gonna open that safe, and I'm pretty sure it'll give me a glimpse of Isabella's killer. I'll be right here, Jay. Of course, in this case, it might be someone we don't know, since there's that mysterious Ewan. She was gonna be a Beanie Nepo baby. Oh my god, that's an amazing term. Yeah, unfortunately, I won't be inheriting my parents' Beanie Baby fortune anytime soon. After I've got the key and code to the safe, I want to know the secret hidden from 19 years ago. Alright, let's do this. Beanie Po Baby? That sounds like some sort of slang in some sort of South American language. Alright. So, first we'll grab the key. Use that. Lock opens. I type in the code. One, 9, 7, 6. Enter. It opened. I have to check inside and return Isabel's ring. Check inside first. There's an envelope inside. Alright, I guess we're putting the ring back first. Priorities. What's inside the envelope? You got a photo of 4 people. There's the killer with that photo. I think that's the killer. No, that's Isabella. Oh, no Beanie Babies. Boo! Not even any good booze. Still can't see the face of the criminal. Let's try tracing the crime right from the start again. Truth is about to be revealed. So this is the last step of each case. I have to put all the visions in order, which is going to be tricky because I don't remember what all of them are now, but we'll see what we can do. This one's definitely first. That's definitely not first. Oh jeez. I'm gonna make a save state in case this can kill me. Yeah, I don't remember what most of these visions are. Alright, so this is the first one. That's Isabella opening the wall safe and getting the file out from inside of it. That means the next one will be this one. She opens the file up, takes a look at the picture, nods for some reason, and then here's the doorbell. Welcome back in, Hellion. So here's the doorbell. Her guest arrives, she lets her guest in. They have some champagne and they chat for a bit. She keeps gazing at the photo, and then the guest strangles her with a length of rope. And then he takes the photo and looks at it. And then finally, drops the photo. And then he puts the Eye of Providence down next to the body. Interesting fashion choice there, friend. So dramatic. Yeah, I'm thinking there's got to be some sort of supernatural angle to the murders. It doesn't make any sense that there's multiple killers otherwise. Presumably there's still some sort of mastermind that we have to go after, though. Isabella was killed by Duke Desmond. Looks like our chain continues on. So once again, the third victim was killed by the fourth victim. And that picture inside the safe. Who could those four people be? I wonder if it'll get us closer to Providence. Maybe if we show it to people who were around back then, we can get some names. Kate, I saw the killer. Duke Desmond killed Isabella, just like we thought. And if the chain continues on like this, the next killer would be... Jay, this is awful. What happened? It's another murder. Burnett Johnson was killed in his office. No. Damn. Does that still fit the pattern? I don't think anybody was killed in their office before that I could remember. I don't know, I don't remember much about the fourth murder. But yeah, it seems like we've failed to prevent yet another killing. We're doing real bad at our jobs here. The famous Double D. Some serious Black Mirror shiz right here? It definitely is. Johnson & Co. And there's another Eye of Providence next to the body. What do you know? March 12th, 2010, day 7. Burnett Johnson was killed. He was our main suspect for the murders 19 years ago. Kate and I get the news and rush to the crime scene. The entrance to Johnson Company is already lined with squad cars when we get there. There's always one copycat or non-serial killer that confuses the thing. I do think it's very possible the modern killings are done by a copycat, but something's weird going on with the old killings. Those I'm not sure I can explain without supernatural powers. He was a jerk too, and broke the law a bunch of times, kind of a creep in general, so I don't feel bad at least, but also he probably knew a lot of things that would have been useful. So that's not great for us. What do you think, Jay? About why Johnson was killed? Uh-huh. Wonder if we had anything to do with it. Looking into his past like that might have set someone off. Can't rule it out. And if that's true, Providence must be behind this murder. He might have panicked when it looked like we'd find out his identity, so he killed Johnson to keep him quiet. Should be something at the crime scene that can give us some answers. Because remember, Burnett Johnson mentioned something about a terrible truth, but then he's like, nah, I won't tell you that part. Now he's dead. Oh yeah, we gotta see if Roger's okay too. EP, that would be amazing. Someone needs to mod that into the game. Burnett Johnson sounds like the name of a company more than a person. Like a law firm is what I'd think of first. Should be something at the crime scene that can give us some answers. Right. Or the Naruto run. I want to see him Naruto running across the screen as the transition. Architects, I could see that too, definitely. Sure, the cops don't want us near the crime scene. Gotta find out what happened there. Oh, hey, Lane. Detective Martinez is here. And he brought his theme with him, too. Detective Martinez. Huh? What are you doing here? This ain't your scene, Weaver. No, I think it is. A man we've been questioning was killed. And I'd like some details. When were you questioning Mr. Johnson? Just yesterday. We got him to admit a connection to the killings 19 years ago. Burnett Johnson was a former detective. He was put on the Charles Smith murder in Grant Park Garage. But his involvement goes deeper than that. What do you mean? That would be good too, Punisher. Like literally a chibi. Burnett Johnson was also involved in the Isabella Campbell murder. He and Isabella were lovers. And Isabella was the prime suspect in the Charles Smith murder. Oh yeah? You know what I'm getting at here. When we questioned Johnson yesterday and uncovered his past, he was the closest man to Providence that we had. And then he was killed just before he could find out the truth. Way to blow the case, Weaver! We would have known the FBI questioned this guy. We would have done things a lot differently. Guess we should have informed the police sooner. Well, late for that now. Listen, our job doesn't stop at investigating the crime. Preventing another one from happening is our top priority. Preventing a what now? I know, I agree with you completely. Except for the fact we're not investigating these murders in the slightest and haven't really done anything to prevent them from happening. That's why we came down here, even though I knew you'd give us hell. Either way, we want some info on the Burnett Johnson murder. Providence has to be tied to this, and we need all the info we can to stop him. Yeah, after all the help we've been out to the police up till now? Detective Martinez, please, tell us what you know about this homicide. Alright, what do you want to know? This guy really hates Rhode Island. He's just angry in general. Yeah, we keep giving him information, and then he's like, what have you ever given me? Were you here 5 minutes ago? I was. FYI. I can recap if you need to. Alright. Give us some details on the Burnett Johnson murder. He had bullet wounds in his chest. A pistol was found clutched in Johnson's right hand after he was killed, and there are signs of return fire. This is another reenactment of the serial killings 19 years ago. A famous businessman like Johnson was killed back then in almost exactly the same way. Is this related to the Providence murders? Literally, what did I just say to you? His calling card was found next to the body. Another Eye of Providence. Are you all still checking out the crime scene? We're done for now. His body was taken in for an autopsy. Would you let us take a look at the crime scene? I don't see why not. Just make it quick. I'll let you know if you find anything. You better. Jerk. Wait here, Kate. Alright, not like I'm getting paid to do anything. Not like I'm an actual FBI agent. Weaver. That is good thinking music. It's true. It's true. At first he's like, Burnett wasn't involved at all. Then it's like, you should have told us about this guy you questioned that I got mad you even placed. I know. He's just looking for excuses to get mad at us at this point, I think. I'm in the CEO's office at Johnson & Company. Not much time has passed since the incident, so the smell of blood still lingers. Ooh. And we can use our time vision in here. Hey, Doc Belvin, good morning. How are you doing today? Laminate in the CEO's office? He wasn't terribly successful. I think we know what the company actually does. Maybe it was a laminate company. Maybe he had to. The sinister eye of retrocognition. I love that sinister actually does work well here. My other sight is showing the past. Why was Burnett Johnson killed? Have to know what happened. All right. Ooh. We've got a new variation of the investigation theme here. And Shenanigans, thank you for 67 months. Numbers go skyward. Appreciated, Shenanigans. How are you doing today? How's everything going? Yeah, this is cool. The same basic tune as before, but they've changed it up a bit. The Latin around the edges means announcing the creation of a new order of the ages. I never actually knew what that meant. Yeah, it's very hot, Shenanigans. When I started streaming today, the stream room was 28 Celsius, so it's not great over here either. Oh yeah, 2 away from the number, and I forgot I set a special alert for that one. Oh god. Why am I the way that I am? Why is the blood stain in both of our visions? What is the past we're seeing here? Don't know. That is too many warps, it's true. Oh, that's good, Hellion. Maybe because you're far south enough, you get a little bit of jet stream blown it away? Hopefully. The void juice is very nice today, thank you. I think I'll grab a sip of that while I'm thinking about it. There's blood on the floor. Whose blood is it? Presumably Burnett Johnson? We did just mention there's still a smell of blood in the room. They know there's that. Alright, so right now we're looking for differences. Differences between the past and the present. An unusual semicircular desk with some splashes of Burnett's blood on it. Oh, now it's Burnett's blood. Alright. Gotta remember I gotta hold my controller sideways for this. Because I'm holding the DS sideways. As it were. Alright, everything looks the same in his little setup right here. I don't see any differences there. Can we take a look at it now? Beautiful wooden desk. Must have been made to order. Looks like he's got a Rolodex over there. Maybe we can take a look at that. Can we take a look at his computer also? Is that a thing? Computer looks like it's off. There's a computer on the desk. Power's off. Can we turn the power on? Oh, there's a lot of blood here. Holy crap. There's a large blood stain on the desk. Burnett must have been killed here. Pool of blood here. This chair is black leather. Burnett sat here as he took his last breath. Here, let's be all grim about it. He tried turning it off, but not on again. Leaving me hanging right here. What a cliffhanger. I don't see anything else over on this side. Liquor cabinet right here, it looks like. Big cabinet here, but nothing suspicious. Compact refrigerator, nothing unusual about it. Aha! Something different here. There's a teak cabinet here. Doesn't seem to be anything wrong with it. It's an ornament of a baseball on a bat. Forensics team has investigated this. The ball was scratched. Forensics team moved this to investigate the bullet hole? Get closer. There's a bullet hole. The forensics team took away the bullet. Is this some kind of trophy? Huh, you can see in the past vision, the ball has a bullet hole in it. It doesn't look like this one does. That's interesting. What else have we got over here? Oh, we can go in the restroom. Good ending. The jungle IC was dead, so he just bought a new one and then fixed it. Oh, that's one of the easiest ways that could be resolved right there, so that's good. Hey, Kais, welcome in. It is again. How are you doing today? Good to see you. Very oily wood. Yeah, I don't see much teak anymore. I don't hear about it anymore anyway. Maybe it's fallen out of style, possibly? The washroom. It's bigger than I thought. Don't see any differences in here. Oh, the water is running in the past vision. That's interesting. It's a nice big sink. Looks like someone's used it. What about the sink in the past? Can I turn it on? Make a match? Doesn't seem like it. I don't know why it's not letting me do anything today. Can't even investigate that. Oh wait, oh, I forgot the mechanic. I need to be touching and holding on things that are different. That was it. There we go. Melting, besides that, it's a wonderful day. It is very hot over here as well, so I hope you're able to stay cool. I will try as well. Antique! Oh god. Pretty expensive wood, also very possible. I feel something. Alright, so that's one of the clues. Put this ornament back in place. There we go. Nope. There we go. Right, so there's the killer planting that gun in Johnson's hand and then firing it, presumably to set up the scene to look more like the scene from 19 years ago. The psychic power is awfully persnickety. Very, very finicky. Let's see, if there's one thing I've learned in my career, styles come around full circle. Oh yeah, definitely. You see that all the time, like the fact that a lot of 80s music styles is coming back around. Do you have any favorite types of wood to work with? Or I should say to work with, number one, but number two, just to visually to display. I'm curious. The criminal made Burnett hold a gun. Why? Let's see, this ball might also be linked to the murder. Okay. That's difference number one. Difference number two is the sink for some reason. Let's go back and get that. The power's like, no, you're doing it wrong. It's not how it was. Alright, here we go. Feel something. Clue number two. Should be able to turn on the water by turning the tap. Intense tap turning puzzle. I did it! That's presumably our killer right there. Get some pills? Well, that could be Burnett. Burnett wearing a hoodie seems off. Wouldn't seem like his vibe. criminal turned on the tap and then swallowed something. Let's see, cherry wood is your favorite. Most of the furniture you built in the house is made of cherry. Oh, that's awesome. I don't think I've ever seen, but if you have any pictures that you'd be willing to share of furniture you've made, I'd love to see sometime. We got a... what is this? A small cabin. Has nothing to do with the incident. From the texture at the bottom, I was wondering if that was like a wood storage, but I'm like, I don't think there's a fireplace in here. Nothing over there that I can see. Oh, one of the chairs is tipped over. There we go. That's another difference. This must be for receiving guests. It's a sturdy, stable chair. The chair had fallen over just after the incident. Did the forensics team move it? Only one way to find out. Do his favorite thing and tip some stuff over. I need to line up the past. Get out of here, chair. Oh, thank you, EP. That'd be really cool. I have to make it like the past. Best puzzle ever. That's the killer's blood. Killer coughed up like a gallon of blood right there. Holy shit. So our killer is incredibly sick. Deathly ill. It's awesome. Is that the criminal? What happened? He coughed up blood. As he stood up and put his hand on the chair and pushed it over. So the only thing we haven't seen so far is the actual killing itself. Still need to find one more difference somewhere. Roll with it. There's something on the table there. Oh, the phone's off the hook. That's what that is. I was wondering what that was on the table there. That's the someone touched the phone. That sound effect is so good. Killer's heart is falling to pieces as we speak, it would appear. Hey, Groshin, welcome in. How are you doing today? I was vandalizing crime scenes and people's personal space going. I pushed a chair over. It was awesome. It's designed with a receiver in different color. Burnett Johnson used this phone. He used the phone in his own office. Great detective work, buddy. You're doing great. Very proud of you. Alright, so this one's pretty straightforward at least. That's a good thing. Get through this scene quickly. Alright. There's a cordless receiver. I take off the receiver. The difference between this and the phone in my other sight. Oh geez. 02155550164. Puzzles. No one's answering the phone. It's just ringing. I've never seen this number before. But we should get another vision. There's Burnett talking on the phone. I believe he was saying there, roar, 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 business, business, business. That was some good business. And he hears a noise. Comes out of the restroom? Was he hiding in there? And he's like, sup? And then Burnet's like, please, I'm just a businessman. No, I'm not Providence. Wait, somebody killed him because they thought he was Providence? But then they put the Eye of Providence next to him. What is going on here? Important not to overlook the obvious. It's true. It's true. That is a dangerous thing that I do very often. You call it contaminating the crime scene. I call it recreating the past. We are not the same. It's just a Pokemon that just says business a lot, basically. Celestial Knight, welcome in. How are you doing today? Thank you for the bang boos. Gene's spying on people's personal phone calls for justice and stuff. Burnett noticed something as he was on the phone and stood up. The criminal came in through the washroom, and then Burnett was killed. I have Providence, so the criminal was Providence. I've seen all the past visions. If I reenact everything in order, I should get to the truth. Alright, so I guess the question is, was the bathroom first or last? Bathroom's last, gotcha. That means phone was first. So he started in the bathroom and then ended in the bathroom. That's interesting. Is this foreshadowing meta classes? Obviously. The creators had future sight, and they made a game about a guy that had past sight. I thought it would be ironic. I love that sup he does right there. Yo, Burnett. Alright, so the guy comes out of the bathroom, shoots him, and then puts the Eye of Providence down next to him. Got that. Then he puts a gun into Burnett's hand and forces him to fire it into the wall, presumably to stage the scene like it was the original murder from 19 years ago. We have the foresight to ignore sight. That's slick, that's slick. Alright, and then looks like he's about to leave. And then something happens. Falls down and coughs up basically all of his blood. Finally, runs into the bathroom, turns on the sink, and pops some pills, which is apparently all you need to do when all of your blood is coming out through your lungs. You just take some pills, that's fine. Possible rooks, but we still don't know who was doing it 19 years ago. Like, we have no motive for any of the murders, which is very strange. Like, we could say that the motive for the modern killer is to recreate the old killings, but what was the motive for the old killings? Like, the professor seems to think they were just like random spree killings? I don't know. Alright, so there's Burnett, of course. We know he was the one killed. No mystery there. Did you not get to see the killer's face? That's rude. To recreate the modern killings? Oh, God! It's the weirdest paradox I've heard today. What is blood pressure when you can run on sugar and hydraulic pressure? Oh, God! Do not take any medical advice you hear in this stream. Killer was coughing up blood in my vision, I'm sure of it. It's like he was sick. The man I saw was Providence. He must be sick. All done. What'd you find in there? A blood stain. What about it? I don't think the blood came from a gunshot wound. It's almost like someone coughed up that blood. If the killer is sick, the lab results should be huge. Got it. I'll let him know about that in forensics. I'll tell him to keep an eye out for any blood other than the victims. Thanks. That'll do it for us. Hey! Yeah? You don't look so hot, Weaver. Everything okay? Fine, we'll be in touch. We don't even play doctors on TV! Mentos, the murder maker. What'd you find out at the Burnett crime scene? I had a vision of the crime, but I couldn't see the killer's face. What do you mean? Was he wearing a mask or have his back to you or something? Not exactly. His face was blurred in the vision. I couldn't even make out a profile. Weird. Did that ever happen before? No, it makes me curious. I could see the killer clearly in all my other visions. And this one in particular was coughing up blood after he killed Johnson. So that's what you were talking about with Detective Martinez. Right. Johnson also yelled out something before he was shot. He said, "No, I'm not Providence." Means the killer might have thought he was killing Providence. Yeah. So if he wasn't Providence, then who is? This gets more complicated by the minute. Tell me about it. This seems to be another reenactment of the murders from 19 years ago. Alright, sounds like we're gonna have to run over those again. Give me just a moment, folks. I will be right back. I was wondering about that too, Rooks, but I think we've got an alibi because it sounds like the murder happened today, and we were with Kate all day today. And even the only times we were out of Kate's sight, we, the player, knew where he was. So I don't think it's him, thankfully. Like some sort of twisted video game. What do you think this is? Just a game? Is this just a game to you? A game on a portable Nintendo Entertainment System? We could be the next victim, that's true. It's true, it could be coming for us. This must be a reenactment of what happened 19 years ago. When comparing records, looks like the Burnett murder is nearly identical to the fourth killing back then. Duke Desmond was the fourth to be killed 19 years ago. And Duke fired back at the killer just like Burnett did. But that's not actually what happened. Burnett Johnson didn't fire back. I saw everything in the vision. The killer put a pistol in Johnson's hand and fired it after Johnson was already dead. The Really? But the victim's bullets didn't hit the killer in either case. You got anything else, Kate? Is there anyone tied to Duke Desmond that we could question? His assistant, a man named Edgar McDowell. He might be able to give us some details. I want to check on his current whereabouts. Great. And we can't forget about Bazlock, the last thing Johnson said to us. I'll check the database. This here there was a robbery called Bazlock. A large amount of cash was stolen on September 22nd, 1976. There was an armored car attack in Clockford. It was carrying $1 million from Bazlock Jewelry on 12th Street. This was 34 years ago, so that was a lot of money back then. All I can find in the database. It's strange, isn't it? It's like the investigation just stopped partway through. Records just vanish. When Johnson told us about Bazlock, it was after we suspected him being Providence. We better look a lot deeper into this Bazlock thing. And then there's that picture we found at the Isabella crime scene. I bet the 4 people in that picture are connected to Bazlock somehow. Maybe. Let's keep digging. Picture's pretty old. It's hard to tell what's what. Look at this thing. But Isabella treasured it enough to keep it in a safe. It has to be a valuable piece of the puzzle. Right, there has to be a secret tied in with this picture. We'll have to find out when it was taken and just who's in it. What do you want to do first? Let's check into Bazlock. After that, we'll ask around to find out who's in the picture. And we can't even make out a face as it is now. Looks like a job for Maureen. Great idea. After that, we gotta check out Desmond Real Estate. Yeah, the building's probably still there. Let's go take a look. Alright, so we got one new location. Need more time. Let's move, Kate. Are we gonna update the boss on our investigation first? You know he'll yell at us later if we don't. Alright. We'll go talk to Henry before we leave. It's gonna be a full day today then. Maureen! I just imagine going to Maureen, just shoving the picture in her face and yelling, "Zoom! Enhance!" Morning, boss. You okay, sir? Just a little throat problem, nothing serious. Not like I'm coughing up blood or anything. That'd be silly. You don't look well. Maybe we should get you to the hospital. I'm fine. Stop thinking about hospital and start thinking about finding Providence and get me pictures of Spider-Man. That's the medicine I need, if you know what I'm saying. Yes, sir. Sorry I said that, it's just... You hear me asking for apologies? Now let me hear about the investigation. Yeah, I mean, the fact we've only heard one person in the game cough, like, it's almost too convenient, but you never know with games like this. Especially because they haven't thought about it yet. Well, closest match we had to Providence ended up dead. I'm not that out of it, Weaver. You got a suspect for the Burnett murder? Not yet. The police are looking into it. And what do you two plan to do about it? We're going to check into the Bazlock incident. Bazlock? Name's vaguely familiar. What's so special about this Bazlock? Burnett Johnson mentioned it before he died. He told us to check into it. What for? The robbery that took place 34 years ago in Providence might be connected. At least that's what we're thinking. What else? We're going to look into any possible connections the other 4 victims had to each other. That could give us a motive for Providence. Hey, Wasabi, welcome in. Yeah, they keep it real simple. There's only a couple of frames of animation here and there, so everyone's overacting just a little bit. A motive? Jay, this guy was a nutjob killer. A psychopath who got his jollies by slaughtering innocent people. Even so, I think it's worth checking out every angle. You always told us that's the only way we'll get our killer. And thanks to that advice, we uncovered some new evidence at the Isabella crime scene. Yeah, what was it? Picture Isabella was hiding. We took a forensics for analysis. No, we didn't. Looks like this investigation's moving along fairly well. Don't get lazy. You're at a crucial stage of the case here. Keep me informed. Got it. My favorite enhanced moment of all time is from an old episode of CSI where they need to see the license plate of a car. So they take a photo of the car where the plate isn't visible and press a single button on the computer. It then proceeds to generate a 3D image of the car and then they rotate. Wow! That's not how any of that works. Sure, let's put down Nutjob Killer as the motive, Chief. Who needs a motive? Oh, he was crazy. We don't need to look into that. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Alright, so we got that. Let's see. He said he wanted to look into... Bazlock first. Not really sure where to start with that, so I guess we'll ask Philip Robbins if he knows anything about it. Like a decent enough place to start. I always get a laugh out of stuff like that, definitely. Solid technology. He was in charge of the case 19 years ago. His insight might help us with this investigation. The screw head is really shiny. We'll just enhance that and see the reflection. Oh, God. Cameras have infinite resolution, right? About time you showed up. Sure you heard about what happened to Burnett Johnson. Of course. I was a detective on the original Providence murders. The latest one looked like a reenactment of the Duke Desmond murder. Even an old man like me can see that. And we'd like to talk to you about this incident. Tell us about the Duke Desmond murder. It was the fourth of the Providence murders 19 years ago. Duke was a well-known businessman in the city with a booming real estate business. This had to be the murder that garnered the most attention out of them all. But a lack of concrete evidence and no witnesses made things especially tough. The media started bashing our task force since it was such a high-profile case. And then my crew and I were all demoted. It was humiliating. Good music once again. Tell us what you know about Duke Desmond. His body was found with multiple gunshot wounds to the chest. But he also had a pistol in his right hand and there was evidence of return fire. Bullet holes from the victim's gun were found in the wall. We deduced from the evidence that the killer wasn't hit by any bullets. Let's just say that Duke was a man of many secrets. But we never found anything that would motivate anyone to kill him. You know anything about the Bazlock incident? Of course I do. I wasn't on the case myself, but it was a doozy. What sparked your interest in Bazlock anyway? I think it has anything to do with the Providence murders. We really appreciate your insight in all this. And also, apparently, we don't want any more insight about the Baslock murders. That's cool. Alright, let's go ahead and save. And save over this one. Get out there and find the truth. You got it. Alright, I guess let's pop over to homicide and then forensics. See if they know anything more about the Baslock case. What do you want, Weaver? Any new developments? Nothing major with the Burnett Johnson murder. Still waiting on forensic results from the crime scene. Okay. Let me ask you a few questions about this murder. What kind of questions? Better not be something stupid. Can you give me some details on your investigation of the Burnett Johnson murder? Well, an assistant was out on an errand when it happened. We checked out the entire staff, but everyone has an alibi. No one was seen going in or out of Burnett's office before or after the crime. The killer most likely slipped through an air duct in the bathroom. We don't have a shred of evidence to ID the killer with. It wastes the hell out of me to say it, but that's the truth. I mean, there's the blood. We can get DNA from that, hopefully. Was there a letter of criminal intent? One was sent to the Clockford Times at about the same time as the murder. It said, "No one can stop me. Only the eye of God can uncover the truth." Exactly the same thing written for all three murders. This is important because the game hasn't actually mentioned what those letters have said yet, which is weird. You know anything about the Baslock incident? Baslock? Of course I do. That was a robbery 34, 35 years ago. The largest amount of money ever stolen in Clockford's history. Our senior officers don't want to mess with that case. It's even considered a taboo subject around the office. How come? Still unsolved, and I guess they had a hell of a time with the investigation. To tell the truth, I don't know the details myself. Okay, I appreciate you taking the time. Now it's my turn to ask a question. I want to know who your take on who the killer is. Do you think it's Copycat? Or is Providence on another rampage? I think it's a copycat. It's gotta be a copycat. What makes you say that? The Burnett and Duke Desmond murders are alike in a lot of ways, but there are differences that only the killer would know about. What kind of differences? Well, we're sorting out the details right now, but I'll keep you posted. At any rate, we can't overlook nothing in these investigations. That goes into your look into the past and mine in the present. We just gotta plow through and share whatever we find. Agreed. I'll get in touch with you if we find out anything. You do that, Weaver. Alright, that's all we're gonna get from him then. Pop over to forensics after this. See if we can drop that photo off. You decided to pick up and install Final Fantasy. Haven't played it in like 20 years. Ooh, alright. Let us know how you end up liking that, Doc Belvin. Also, I'm bad with Roman numerals. Is that Final Fantasy 9? I think. Yeah, thank you, thank you. That's one of the few ones that I've actually beaten. I really enjoyed that one back in the day. Although I did have a bad time in the sense that I was very young. I was very young when I first played it, and somehow I got it into my head that I was going to get all of the Tetramaster cards without using a guide. So I had a play time of 120 hours before I even got to the end game. And then I'm just like, actually, I hate doing this and this is stupid. I'm just going to beat the game. And then I did. I did pretty good. I think I got 80-something%, but like afterwards I looked up how to get some of those cards and I'm like, I never would have found those. That would not have happened at any point. Not for a second. Ooh, all right, Doc Belvin. Interesting. Go to playonline.com to see more. Yeah, there is that. Unfortunately. 180 hours. Holy crap. See, we still don't have enough on the Bazlock incident. I know. We could really, we could really use some... I know. Hugo. I'll give him a call. All right. We got to call our newspaper contact here. Yeah, that was probably the most notoriously bad strategy guide ever. Although I have one that I have a personal beef with, which is the official strategy guide for Super Metroid for Super Nintendo. Back in the day, I beat Super Metroid using the strategy guide 3 times. And every time I got, I think, 92% completion. Or to this day, I don't know what it is, but I think that guide's missing some things. I do not think it has 100% of the items listed. It's possible I was the one forgetting something, but the fact I got the same percentage all 3 times makes me think there was something missing out of that book. Yeah, probably some hidden missile tanks. They had a lot listed in there, but like, I just wasn't getting everything right there. Yeah, that was a bad time for strategy guides right there. Give me just a second, folks. Yeah, I'd say I'd go back and check my old save files, but honestly, the battery's probably dead by now. Let's see, 4 playthroughs with 429 hours and still going. Nice. Very cool. Hugo, it's me again. I love mods for old games like that. That's such a cool thing. Jay, had a feeling you'd be called soon. Guess you're looking into the Johnson Company president's death now, huh? Right. So, what do you want this time? Right to the point, as always, huh? Bernard Johnson told us something interesting before he was killed. Let's hear it. He asked us to look into the Bazlock incident. Bazlock? It's an armored car robbery. Happened back in September 1976. I know it happened 34 years ago, but we could really use some information on it. Robbery must have something to do with Providence, then. Hugo, we gotta keep this between us, okay? Come on, Jay, you know you can trust me. As soon as I find something on Bazlock, I'll give you a call. How'd it go? He said he'd look into it. Gotta get back on the case now, Kate. Right. It's progress, at least. Memorized all the field icons and treasure locations? Oh my god, that's a... I've been there before, but it's intense when you get to that spot. Screenshotting stuff from a GameFAQs forum, posted my phone to go through it? Oh my god. There is an unofficial GameFAQs app, if anyone's curious, that lets you basically save GameFAQs on your phone. I find that pretty useful. Alright, let's pop over to forensics. Maureen, we've got something for you to analyze. What is it? Items? Photograph of the 4. We need you to run a check on this picture. Wow, this thing is old. Pretty faded in places. It was found at the crime scene of the Isabella Campbell murder from 19 years back. Got new evidence? Yeah, for the original Providence murders. Picture in this condition isn't easy to analyze. It's gonna take a lot of time and make some hair gray. For the typical forensics expert anyway. Oh yeah, let's butter her up. But I imagine someone like you could do wonders with it. You always know just what to say, don't you? Fine, I'll get on it right away. Not like I have anything else going on, what with 4 murders being committed in the last week. You probably want a restored copy for use for questioning, right? That'd be great. Okay then. Switch gears a little. I'm wondering if you'd answer some questions about the Burnett Johnson murder. Of course. I'm assuming she doesn't have any answers right now, though. Flattery will get you everywhere. Can you tell me what you know about the Burnett Johnson murder? Lane is pretty frustrated about it since we haven't found a witness. He said we don't even have a clear picture of how the criminal got in yet. It's not easy with such scant evidence, but we're running a careful analysis of those bloodstains. I did find something interesting at the crime scene, though. The phone was in use before Johnson was killed. Phone. We saw that in the vision. You found out who Johnson was talking to on the phone. Apparently he was talking to someone on a payphone. Somewhere in Grand Park, I believe. Oh no. So that phone number I saw in the vision was to a payphone. Why would Johnson be calling a payphone in Grand Park? Well, I know who we're talking to next. Do you know anything about the Bazlock incident? Bazlock? I've really heard of it. It's an unsolved robbery case. Robbers apparently vanished with a ton of money. I read an old newspaper article about it back in school. But that's the extent of my knowledge, I'm afraid. Alright. That's fine. Let's get moving then. We're counting on you for that picture, Maureen. Don't worry, I'll call you when it's done. I mean, we kind of wanted to check in on Roger anyway. So, 2 birds with 1 stone. I hope he's okay. I'm a little worried about him. Where's Roger? Must be around here somewhere. It's his home after all. Freezing. Hey, Roger. Huh? Hey, buddy. How about a little chat, huh? Oh, you again. Detective Johnson was killed. I'm getting scared, you know? Because I could be next. So hurry up and catch the killer already. I will. You can count on it. First, I want to talk with you for a minute. Okay. Roger, were you talking to Burnett Johnson before he was killed? No. I haven't seen him for a long time. I didn't ask if you met with him. You talked to him on the phone, didn't you? What are you getting at here? I don't even own a phone. But there's a payphone in this park, isn't there? Yeah. Nothing gets past the FBI, I guess. Fine. Talk to Detective Johnson on the phone the day he was killed, okay? I'm real worried after he came to me to talk. So I called his office. When he found out it was me, he wanted to hang up. But when I told him I talked to the FBI, he said he'd call me back in a quiet voice. So I waited for the payphone to ring. Alright, and then what? Continue. What did you and Johnson talk about? He asked about you guys and your investigation. That got me a little curious, you know? So I asked him if something happened. Told me somebody from the FBI named Mills was sniffing around. And he wanted to know if Mills came to me for questioning. Is it Henry Mills? Then our boss was investigating Johnson. After I told him I never heard of no Mills, he hung up. What do you think this means, Jay? Oh no. How come Henry was investigating Johnson? That's pretty weird. That is extremely weird, and that's 2 points of suspicion on him now. Alright. Alright, so... Well, we'll pop by the Minerva Theater real quick, and then after that we'll head over to the old crime scene, Desmond Real Estate. Take a look around there, see what we're going to need. I'm sure we're not going to be able to solve it right away. The theater's closed. Damn, we'll have to stop by later. Alright. Straight to Desmond Real Estate then, our new location. Out on the edge of town, it looks like. This is where the fourth victim was killed, Duke Desmond. Hey! It's locked, Jay. Something on the door, Kate. Take a look. Please contact me if you have any questions. Edgar McDowell, Offices of M&C Associates. Edgar McDowell? Wasn't he Duke Desmond's assistant? Maybe. I think Edgar's company is in charge of the building. There's also a phone number. 215-555-0149. Place in Knockwood. Let's go check it out. Okay. It's a really good thing that none of these crime scenes have been touched in 19 years, because that'd be horribly inconvenient for us if they had. Murder and crime associates! I should have suspected them from the start! I want to get a look at the crime scene. How are we supposed to get in? I mean, go talk to the people that manage the building, I guess. Seems like a good start. Very lucky. Like, imagine if the place had been renovated like 2 years ago, and we're like, in order to see the vision of the past, I'm going to need to find the original carpeting and put it back in. Also, they put in a new drop ceiling. I'm going to need to tear that out entirely. That would make for a long day, I think. Door's open, Jay. Wonder if Edgar is already in there. Can I help you? Jonathan Weaver, FBI. Kate Hathaway, FBI. What's this all about? A man named Duke Desmond was murdered 19 years ago. Were you working as his assistant then? I was? Is there a problem? Witness Edgar McDowell, age 46, former assistant to the fourth victim, Duke Desmond. Mr. McDowell, did you hear about the homicide that took place last night? It was identical to the Duke Desmond murder 19 years ago. Yeah, I heard. Burnett Johnson was killed. Historical Association takes its job very seriously on these parts. Oh, God. Right. In order to solve that murder, we need to take another look at what happened 19 years ago. We saw the sign at the Desmond Real Estate building, and that led us here. I see. Basically, we'd like to talk to you about what transpired back then. Very well. Hope you don't mind if we ask you a few questions. Alright, let's see what he knows. Imagine moving into a new apartment, settling in, and then having to put all the bloodstains back for authenticity, just in case there's any copycat murders 20 years in the future. Just to be totally safe. Tell me what happened back then. Well, Desmond Real Estate was the largest company in Clockford when the crime occurred. Property values skyrocketed and sales were at an all-time high. Well, when that horrible tragedy happened to Mr. Desmond, sales just plummeted. He started that company on his own, you know. After he passed away, the number of properties we handled plunged to almost nothing. All that was left was our building. It's abandoned now, and we're still searching for a buyer. What kind of man was Duke Desmond? Made a fine president, still respect him to this day. I was a bit of a rebel in my younger days, but Mr. Desmond took me in and taught me the tricks of the trade. He was awfully strict when it came to business, but at the same time he was a very warm, caring individual. Yet he hated discussing anything related to himself. I know next to nothing of his private life, conveniently, except for the fact he had a common law wife. We gotta ask about that. Who's his common law wife? Her name is Natalie Emmett. She's blind, so I take care of the building myself. I'd be happy to tell you where she lives if you'd like to speak with her. Alright, yeah, we're gonna have to chat with her a bit, I suppose. But she's become rather sensitive since the incident. Please be careful what you ask about. Be careful asking blind woman about dead husband. Gotcha. You have the key to the Desmond Real Estate building. Actually, his common law widow has it. I have the place up, but she insists on holding on to the key. So I can't offer you one. Alright, that's unfortunate. So I have to head over there next. Alright. One thing leads to another. If you know anything else about Mr. Desmond, come ask anytime. We'll take you up on that. Alright, new location then. Go meet Natalie. She put the hit on her husband. Oh my god! Plot twist. She's like a blind mafioso, and she's always telling people to see to it. Like a Batman villain. This is Natalie Emmett's place. Let's see if she'll loan us the key to Desmond Real Estate. Remember, she's sensitive. We have to be careful. Don't just go in there and accuse her of murder like we normally do. I'm going to try real hard not to. Yes? Hello, I'm Jonathan Weaver with the FBI. I'm his partner, Kate Hathaway, also with the FBI. Wives hiring someone to kill their husbands? Completely unheard of. In a murder mystery? Oh my God. FBI? We're reinvestigating the Providence murders from 19 years ago, ma'am. That includes the incident involving your husband, Mr. Duke Desmond. Is this them being sensitive? Literally jumping right into, hey, can I talk about your dead husband? Which is why we came today. We need to get into the Desmond Real Estate building to re-examine the crime scene. You know, the crime scene where your husband was killed, brutally and unexpectedly, stealing him from your life for all time. I was told you have the key to that building. Would you be willing to let us borrow it? Witness Natalie Emmett, age 48, common law wife of Duke Desmond, blind. We just came here to ask you, why did you kill him? Why? Reinvestigating? Isn't it a little late for that? We intend to solve the case. Solve it? Don't be ridiculous. We're serious, man. We will finally bring Providence to justice. You really expect me to believe anything the FBI says? You people couldn't stop that madman 19 years ago. And my beloved Duke was taken away from me. You know what my Duke always used to tell me? He said, never trust the police, honey. And boy, was he right. I'll never trust you people after what happened. In fact, I don't even believe you two are from the FBI. Ms. Emmett, I understand how you feel. Understand? How could you ever understand? I lost the love of my life to that maniac. I've had eye problems ever since I was young, you know. I gradually saw less and less. And after my Duke was killed, I went completely blind. Now, all I can see in front of me is Duke's wonderful smile. Just thinking about what happened still makes me cry to this day. How could you ever understand? Ms. Emmett, Get out! That went well. We're doing great. Is it too soon? Why would you say it's too late? I don't know. But, yeah, it's, okay. It's, yeah, that went bad. I have nothing more to say. Alright. Thank you for your time. He said ironically. We're gonna catch that killer. And to do that, we have to talk to you about it. We'll be back. What now, Jay? We can't get in to investigate without that key. I don't know. We'll have to convince her. Well, it's like a good time to pop back over to Philip Robbins and see if we can figure out what she's so upset about. The successful interrogation. Ma'am, I'd like to talk to you about... Get out! Yes, ma'am. Alright, can't talk to him right now. Well... Can we go ask the boss man why the hell he was sniffing around with the murderer? That seems like a good question to ask. What you doing there, boss man? Thought you were sick. No, he's not around. Alright, Forensic said she'd call once she got more information, so I don't think we need to go back there. Nobody was home at the theater last time. Is there anybody there now? Nope, theater's still closed. I mean, the only place we haven't been today is the university then, so I guess we'll hop over there, see if the good professor has anything to say. Yeah, Clockford University. Professor Smuggington. Professor Slappable Face. Time to ask Professor Gordon for some advice? Yeah, we need a good researcher's perspective on this case. His angle on things should help clear some things up. I hope so. Whoa! Something wrong? Car over there, I've seen it before. Car, the green one? Yeah, isn't that Henry's car? What would the boss be doing at Ed's office? Hey there. Professor Gordon, do you have any plans to meet with Agent Mills today? We just saw his car parked out front. No, we didn't make any plans to meet. That's weird. Boss would have contacted me in advance if he was coming here. But I did talk to him on the phone this morning. Really? About what? Nothing important. It appears we have another murder to deal with, don't we? Take a drink! 100%. Yeah, what were you talking to my incredibly suspicious boss about? Don't worry about it. No, don't worry about it. No worries. And of course my guy's like, yeah, alright, I won't worry about it. It's fine. Yeah, this is going well. We're doing great. And some ice cold void juice. Gotta love that. Dino Pulse Zeta, welcome in. Alright. Yeah. That's why we came today. We're hoping to get your take on the latest murder. Alright, let me hear what you've got. Well, in our reinvestigation of the past murders, we came across some new evidence. It's an old photo of 4 people. Who's in it? That's just it. The photo's pretty faded and it's hard to make out who's there. Interesting. Where'd you find this new evidence? We found it at Isabella Campbell's crime scene. It was Isabella's mansion? That's right. We found out something pretty dramatic about Isabella. She was in a relationship with a detective who headed up her case, Burnett Johnson. We also discovered that she was spotted at the Charles Smith murder. That's how it went. Well, like this reinvestigation's really paying off, huh? Where's the picture now? It's under analysis right now at the CPD crime lab. Sounds like you found a valuable piece of the puzzle. We're gonna find out exactly what that picture means. Sounds like the best plan of attack. I'd like to ask your opinion on a number of things now, if you don't mind. See what he's got to say here. Well, first we told our boss, who was coughing up a storm, that the murderer was coughing up a storm. Weirdly enough, I didn't think that was odd. Probably nothing. I'm gonna forget all about it. I'm still interested in the theory of chain killings from 19 years ago. If several of the victims were also guilty of murder, as you suggested, It would explain why Providence has been almost impossible to identify after all these years. The possibility of multiple killers cannot be dismissed, even though I did dismiss it last time we talked. You can identify the people in that photo. It may clear up how it's connected to the killings. Wow, great insight there. Thanks for that, Professor. Do you know anything about the Bazlock incident? Absolutely. That was a major robbery some 34 years ago. Why do you ask? Just a little curious. Bazlock's still unsolved to this day, and it's focused on my personal research. Fortunately, I don't have any results to share yet. It was an old-style robbery, and I doubt anyone would go about it like that today. Bazlock is an infamous crime in the city, but I'd say it's been quietly brushed under the rug. That's all I wanted to ask. We always appreciate your input. Alright, so that's all we're getting from him. I'll cooperate in whatever way I can. If something else comes up, my door is always open. Oh, hopefully Maureen? Yeah. Me, Jay, how's the investigation? Slow, but we're finding stuff out. What about you? I looked into the Bazlock incident for you. Pretty interesting. Yep, fill me in. A portion of that case never went public, you know. Okay. Everyone knows that $1 million was stolen in the heist. Also widely thought that there were no deaths or injuries in the crime. But that's wrong. Somebody died, Jay. Good. A police officer named Hans Rickman. He died on the case. How did it happen? Hans Rickman followed the robbers to their hideout. He saw a suspicious car one night on his way home from work. Then he followed it to an abandoned factory, called for backup, and waited. But apparently he went into the hideout alone before backup arrived and the robbers killed him. How wasn't that information made public? Pressure from the police, I guess. Happens all the time. Some detectives might have made a mistake that led to his death. That's all I got for now, man. I'll be in touch. What did he find? Got some new information on the Bazlock incident. Apparently an officer named Hans Rickman died on the case. We look into him? Of course, we have something else to do before that. Search the Desmond Real Estate Building? You got it. Let's go see Natalie Emmett. Again? I'll ask her about the case and borrow that key. We already did that. Alright. Tried that, went very badly. Game's telling me to try it again. I guess we'll try it again. See what else we got going on there. This is one of those games where you have to keep going back and forth as you set flags. Killer's still out there. Anyone who lost loved ones lives in constant misery. Can't forget that. No one ever gets over things. Not in video games. Didn't let the heat get you? You holding out okay? Starting to get pretty hot in here, but I'm still doing okay for right now. I'm glad I was able to get some streaming done today. How about you, Valkos? How's things in your neck of the woods? Unless their name is Bennett Foddy. I think I heard him once say that he hasn't actually beaten all of the games he's made, which makes sense. Who is it? Agents Weaver and Hathaway, ma'am, from the FBI. Hoping we can talk to you, Ms. Emmett. I'm sorry about before. It's just that hearing about what happened again had me charged up with emotion. Oh, it's the same over here, Frito-sensei. Most of the United States has been boiling hot since last week, with no sign of it going away anytime soon. Hope you're doing okay, Frito-sensei. Take care of yourself. Valkos, you finish up training your student at the gym as well as doing your own routine? Breakfast with your bro here shortly. Excellent. What do you got going on for breakfast today? I'm the one to apologize. You should have been more considerate about such a sensitive issue. Especially since when we came in here, I said to Kate, let's be considerate about the sensitive issue, and then literally did none of that. Thank you for saying that, but I still don't wish to talk about this. I know it's hard, but please. Couldn't you tell us a little about what happened 19 years ago? Just a tiny bit of murder, Chad, that's all. Just a itty bitty bit. Emmett, please, we can't solve this case without your help. Who cares? Whether you solve it or not, it's not going to bring back Duke. Miss Emmett. Your name is Weaver, right? Well, Mr. Weaver, why are you so eager to investigate something that happened once upon a time? I mentioned before, it's to solve the case. This obsession of yours, are you simply following orders or hoping to advance your career? Or maybe you're scraping up old data for profiling, is that it? I don't want any part of that. I like how she apologized for being a jerk and then immediately starts being a jerk again. It's nothing like that, man. We're doing this sincerely. I doubt that. I have a personal reason for doing this. And what would that be? I lost my family 19 years ago. Oh my goodness. And you would be a child of that professor's family? The ones attacked after Duke? That's right. My parents were murdered and I lost a younger brother. So I joined the FBI. Vowed to bring Providence to justice with my own two hands. Something I've always wanted. I see. So now you know. I can understand the pain and the anger you feel every day. I'm also in pain and angry every single day. It's not weird. It's totally normal. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. It's hard for us who've lost loved ones, but we've got to do something about it. I don't want anyone else to go through this ever again. You see, this is why we need your help. Thank you, Mr. Weaver. I feel I can trust you. I hear it in your voice. Please ask me anything you like. Dun dun dun! Excuse me. Let's see, we have a really good spot called the Lucky Dog. They make a killer breakfast skillet. Eggs, potatoes, bacon, peppers, cheese, sausage, and gravy. Ooh, that does sound good. Imagine not being in pain and anger every single day. I cannot! It's just my natural state. Isn't it everyone's? I'm so spoiled. I've actually got 2 breakfast cafes within walking distance of me. Both of them have different types of menu stuff, and both of them are delicious. You can tell this is a Sing game. You can. Like, they use the same animation style as Hotel Dusk, even though it's not like fully rotoscoped. It's mostly just like actual photos, but it's very cool. From what I can tell, though, even though it was published by Sing, it's a different team working on it, which is very cool, I think. This is their last game before they initially shuttered all these years ago. Technically it is, but the Hotel Dusk sequel actually came out in Europe after this one, which is why I'm playing this one before I play the Hotel Dusk sequel. It's a little neurotic, but you know, my hope is to play all the Sing games because they're just such cool games. Very unique mechanics, very cool vibes. So I'm excited. I'm excited. Did you see that new game that was revealed? I don't think so. I mean, nothing from Sing certainly because they're gone. But Arxis, I don't think I've heard anything from them recently. Or if I might have missed it. What kind of man was Duke Desmond? Duke struggled to start up a business when he was young. He was very strict about work-related matters. But to me, he was an angel. Yeah, that's the face I look like when I describe angels as well. New Arxis game from a good chunk of the former Sing team. Ooh. Smaller title though is the Switch 2 console exclusive. Do you happen to know the name? Because that is something I definitely would want to look into later. It sounds amazing. Everyone who knew him had nothing but good things to say about him. Technically, you could say Nintendo managed to get them back together. It's always cool when someone's like, hey, you guys did some good work before. Would you be willing to do it again? That's neat. Get the band back together. What do you know about Duke Desmond's Associates? Yes, I actually picked up, what was that, for Christmas? Yeah, I think it was for Christmas I picked up I got the Another Code remake. And that's something I'm hoping to play too, although that'll probably be after I do the Hotel Dusk sequel. But yeah, I definitely want to play those ones. I heard very good things about the re-release. Nothing. He never talked to me about the past. He never talked about the past, not even to me. That's weird, not talking about your past to your wife. A little suspicious there. What can you tell me about Duke Desmond's past? Duke was already in the real estate business when we met. Honestly, I don't know anything about his life before that. I don't even know a thing about his family. I really hated talking about his past. But I loved him, you know, and he certainly loved me. That's all we need to be happy. I mean, it's nice for you too, but it's really inconvenient for me is all I'm saying. That does smell like there was some crime there, right? Definitely some speculation of Hotel Dusk games being made at some point. Oh, that would be so cool. I don't think it would be tremendously difficult either, especially if you get whoever it was that did the ports of the Phoenix Wright games. Like, that was a very clever way of porting the games. And if those people can do that, I think they can do pretty much anything as far as those dual screen visual novels go. Here's hoping. Here's hoping. I would like to see those games get access to a wider audience. Tell me about what you remember about what happened back then. Those Providence murders were all over the news every day back then. I remember Duke would follow the stories very closely. In fact, he was losing a lot of sleep back then. Work was so busy at the time, and it was all so mentally draining for him. I hope I've been helpful. Actually, there's one more thing I forgot to mention. Yes? We need to get into the Desmond real estate building. Why's that? Just to make sure nothing was overlooked in Duke's office. Alright, I'll make arrangements for you then. Thank you. By arrangements, do you mean you can like put the key in my hand right now? Because that would be really useful. I mean, they already got a lot of the original singing team to do Another Code Recollection. That's true. That's if they're already there, they're on retainer. Yeah, see if they can jump in there. Yeah, I think Capcom themselves may have done the Ace Attorney ports, but you know, with a big enough company as Capcom, like we talk about them like they're a monolith, but they have a lot of different internal teams. Like I was saying, as far as I can tell, the people that made this game are different from the people that were working on the Hotel Dusk sequel. Because as far as I can tell, they were in development at the same time. Sure seems like it anyway. Yeah, it would be nice if there was a general solution, but like, because it was unique hardware, I think it's going to be difficult. Aside from just like straight up emulation, something like I'm doing right here. I think it would be hard on a handheld like the Switch 2, I suppose. Unless it's just like side-by-side screens, maybe. It's a tough situation, it really is. By the way, do you know if Duke's office is any different than it was 19 years ago? It's different now. Really? But the room next to it is being used for storage, so you should be able to go in and look around. That sounds fine. I'll make arrangements for you to check the office first thing tomorrow. You find that Providence, Mr. Weaver, and you make him pay. I will, man. Thanks again. Great, now we can get into the Desmond Real Estate Building. Let's check out the crime scene first thing in the morning. Sounds good. God, I love that transition so much. Alright, go ahead and save the game here. After finally getting a breakthrough on that. Very nice, very nice. March 13th, 2010, day 8. I had a dream about Danny. That's his brother that went missing when he was a kid. He was holding my hand, leading me into darkness. I asked where he was taking me, but he couldn't answer. He just gripped my hand tightly and kept walking. Let go, Danny. Pulled away from his little hand and stopped walking. He took my hand again and looked at me with utter sadness in his eyes. Are you gonna leave me again, Jay? Couldn't answer. I just stood there in silence. That's when I woke up. A little spooky. I'm sure this is gonna come into play at some point. I mean, yeah, huge libraries right there. A lot of very popular games. Let's see, Wii and 3DS, on the other hand, not sure. Depends on how much they mainly want to bring games from the consoles to the Switch 2 and beyond. Yeah, once they start getting into the era of unique hardware, like with the Wiimote and the dual screens and the 3D, it's more of a difficult proposition. It's not just like porting Super Nintendo games where you got the same aspect ratio at least, and functionally a lot of the same hardware as far as the controller. There's other considerations that make things complicated. I will say once again, just the fact that they were able to make the Phoenix Wright games, which were dual screen games, into fully functional single screen games that you never really thought about needing a second screen for, I thought was really clever. Hey, Dragon Lady Myth, welcome in. How are you doing today? Let's update Henry on our progress before we go. He's not here today, Jay. He wasn't feeling well. It looked pretty bad yesterday. I know. I hope it's nothing serious. He gets pretty emotional about the Providence murders. His new ones are probably taking their toll on him. We have to uncover the truth about Providence, Kate. Or Henry. Yeah, we can't let this thing get any bigger. I don't want to see anyone else die. Right. Hey, Jay? How about we go over the investigation again before we head out? Alright, I'm down for a pop quiz. Let's see. Alright, so... yeah, let's go over everything we got here. Thanks to Hugo, we found our Officer Hans Rickman died on duty. I checked out that name last night. He was included in the list of fallen officers, but other than that, there's nothing on him. We'll just have to ask others who know about the Bazlock incident if they heard of him. Right. Let's find out what we can on Hans Rickman. Alright, new line of investigation for today. That's good, that's good. We'll just have to wait for Maureen to analyze that picture. If she can restore it, we can check into those 4 people. I had a hunch that picture is an important piece of evidence. I mean, you know, we found it in a safe at a murder victim's house. I would imagine it's probably important. Now that we've got permission from Natalie Emmett, we can check Duke's office for clues. Maybe you can see something important there, Jay. We won't know until I try, but I really want to find something there. Yeah. Okay, I think we've gone through everything. Time to get back in the field. Let's hit Desmond Real Estate first. Wait here, Kate. Alright. Good luck. Thanks. The truth is hidden in there somewhere. Well. And in the CEO's office where Duke Desmond was murdered. The unused room is gloomy and empty. It's gonna be hard to match anything up when it's been stripped bare. Only 2 things to find, though. See images from the past in my other vision. However, there's nothing left. It's just as Natalie Emmett said. She said his desk was in the storeroom. Oh, so we're gonna have to rebuild the room? Oh, good. Good. A little bit of home decor noir, I suppose. Oh, jeez. All right. A bunch of chairs, table, TV and phone. Yeah, we were joking about this earlier, and here it is. Here it is. All right, they do have this. Built-in bookshelf. Seems pretty solid. Right. Where the desk was. There's a box attached to the wall. Wonder what it is. Try opening the box. Box open. Seems to be a slot for something. Something written on there too. Oh, alright. Apparently we're not going to read that writing there. The roller blind is open. Alright. Something's still sitting on the shelf over here. What is that? A crank? Might be able to use this handle. Oh, maybe that's for the roller blind. Steering wheel? Whatever they were translating there, that is absolutely not the right translation. Yeah, I'm assuming this controls the roller blinds. Let's try. Steering wheel. Yay, mistranslations. I wonder if it's like hand crank. Would have been the more literal translation. Now to insert the handle. And then... Oh my god! Oh, actually that lines up with the past, so we did need to do that. There are the roller blinds, the sunroof. Light is streaming in. The room became brighter. But was a tool for opening the skylight. Now I can search the room. That seems really inconvenient. Like if you had the skylight open and it started raining, you'd have to go grab the hand crank, throw it in there. Not great. Alright, so we got that lined up. It'll help the investigation, I guess, but I think we're probably going to need to get into the storeroom before we do anything too interesting. Several desks have been dumped in here. Let's search for Duke Desmond's desk. All the desks look heavy. They all have caster wheels. Looks like the desks will only move in certain directions. Oh, this is a puzzle! Oh god, it's a sliding tile puzzle. Oh god. What I usually call these traffic jam puzzles. Gotta take out Duke's desk. Which one's Duke's desk? This one? The one in the top right? I think? Gridlock puzzles! Yeah, that's a good word for them. Move that there. No, can't really do that. That down. That there. Up. There we go. I'm good at these. Board game called Gridlock where you have to... I think that's actually the one I was thinking of. My neighbor had that when I was growing up. I played that a whole bunch. Yeah, even if it's not like toe-tapping good music, like it's still a good vibe. I'm enjoying this. Suddenly Professor Layton. You know, I've never actually played those games. I gotta get around to them one of these days. That's it. Now it's the same as the room in my other site. Duke Desmond's desk. I mean, it's kind of the same, sort of. Duke died at this desk. The light coming in from the skylight falls on the desk. Alright, is there anything else to see in the storeroom, or is that it? There's only two things we need to find in here. Oh, we can't go any further than that. There's an invisible wall right there. Yeah, I guess there's nothing else to do in here other than get that one specific desk. Oh, Layton had a lot of Gridlock puzzles. Oh yeah, I guess now close enough's close enough. Thanks for that. Alright, let's try using the sight on the desk. Alright. Got our first vision. Alright, presumably that's our killer right there. There's Duke at his desk. Have a conversation. Let me take a break. That's a weird thing to say to the person pointing a gun at you? In your own office? Question mark? Criminal drew his gun and came in through the door. Let me take a break. I'm sure that's what I heard. And then Duke Desmond put his hand on the drawer. There's something on the desk in my past vision. The photo. Two people. They look like lovers. It's the photo the criminal took from Isabella's room. Duke Desmond hadn't thrown away the photo. Interesting. Alright. Can we look at the drawers? Is that a thing? Oh, the camera's actually behind the window there. That's weird. What did Duke Desmond keep in this drawer? The drawer in the past is open. Alright. And that is piece number 2 that we need. Photo of a couple. They look like stock photo models. This must have been the photo that came with the frame. Hey, Ludic Lude, welcome in. How are you doing today? Hope you're surviving the heat. Hope you're doing okay. Good to see you again. Alright, did I miss something? Do I need to do something else? I didn't lose any health there. I need to put something in the drawer? I missed there. There's something on the shelf over here. Oh, you're in Texas. Oh God, yeah, the stories I hear about the heat down there. Oh, do stay safe, my friend. Whatever you gotta do in this heat, do what you gotta. What's strange about the roller blind? Aside from the fact that it's not exactly like it was in the past, which usually is important. Well, I guess not today. Let's see. What did it say? See something in the drawer in the past. What is it? Alright, so yeah, I have to figure out what's in the drawer there. And I have to put it back. It looks like a box? Some sort of box. Alright. Well, I don't think it's in here. Like, there's not a ton to inspect in here. I think we're gonna have to leave and see if maybe somebody else knows what that box is. Maybe talk to his wife, she might know. If anything was taken out of the scene, you might have some idea what it was. What else do I need to do to find out the truth? Guess I'll withdraw for a while. Something's missing. We need more info. Did you see anything, Jay? There's a cigar box in my vision that seems connected. Cigar box? Was it Duke's? Probably. We'll question the people who knew about it. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna make a save right here. And then, because it is sweltering hot in this room right now, I'm gonna call it right here. We made some good progress today. I think we're doing pretty well. Let me check how far we are in the game overall. Like what day were we on again? Was this day 8, I think? Day 8 or day 9? Let me double check that. Either way, we're doing pretty good. This is day 8, yeah. So yeah, we're doing pretty alright. I think we made some good progress today. Don't know if it's going to be possible for us to beat it tomorrow, but I think possible it's going to depend on what the weather's like. 'Cause right now, oh my god, it's so hot. I'd stream longer if I could, but oh god, it's miserable in this room right now. So yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap this up, and we will pick it up again tomorrow. Right where we left off, and we'll see where we can get. Hopefully finish investigating Duke's room, if nothing else. Good seeing you again as well, Ludic. I hope you're doing well. Glad to catch up a little bit, if nothing else. That melting into your chair again? My poor chair. Thank you for being here, John. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Thank you for chatting, and hope you're enjoying the game still. I'm still intrigued. I want to see where this is going. I think it's going to be fun, most definitely. Oh, I know, Wasabi. I honestly don't want to stop playing either, but I got to turn on my fan. It's so bad in here. EP, good seeing you again as well. Happy Canada Day. Hope everything goes well with you. So yeah, we got one last thing to do, of course, as always, and that is... let's see who else is online. So if you're not done watching the stream for today, hopefully I can send you somewhere cool. Oh, it's tomorrow or Canada Day week? Canada Day Eve? Is there a term for that? I'm not sure. Either way, I have got to go see who all is online right now from my list. While I'm doing that, there's a couple things you folks might want to do if you haven't done it already. First of all, feel free to hit follow if you haven't already. That's the easiest way to find me if you'd ever like to come back in the future. You can enable notifications too if you'd like. That'll tell you when I go live. I find those pretty useful. Also, we got a link to my Discord in the chat if you want to check that out. It's, you can chat with me and the rest of the community outside of the stream. Feel free to jump in there if you would like. And most importantly, we have a link to my YouTube, which is where I archive all of my old streams. So if you ever want to check out when I played Hotel Dusk, we were just talking about that. That's all over there. Or if you want to check out any of the other adventure games I've played in the past, we've done a lot of murder mysteries, a lot of other games too. Feel free to. Or if you missed any of again and you'd like to catch up on the mystery, feel free to jump in there. And where do we want to go today? We got some options today. We do have some options. You know, let's do something a little bit unusual today. Oh no, oh, we've got a couple of good options. Oh, damn. We do have a couple of good options here. You know, let's stop in on somebody that we have not gotten to say hi to in a little while. Who is, playing a very cool game. Speaking of Final Fantasy, playing one of the old Final Fantasy games right here. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would appreciate it if you would join us as we go raid a good friend of the stream, by the name of Hope. He plays a very broad variety of games, but he is a huge fan of JRPGs, and today he is playing Final Fantasy V, I believe, if I remember how to read Roman numerals correctly. So, why don't you join me over there, say hi to Hope, hang out for a bit, throw him a follow if you like what he's doing, but hey, if you've got other things to do, then I will just say as I always do, have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're in the world. I will see you folks tomorrow for more again. Take care of yourselves till then, everybody.